beginning, there was nothing. And then there was the Drunken Peasants Podcast.
I gotta get a witness. No!
Say, man, you got a joint? No, not on me, man.
I don't have facts to back this up.
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
That's true. Sometimes I cry.
Oh!
Lick my butthole, he laughed.
From the strangest corners of the internet, here to bring you opinions of the world from an altered perspective. Here are your hosts, the Drunken Peasants.
Welcome back, everybody. This is the Drunken Peasants, episode 1158.
Do it live!
We're back again. It's the streaming marathon that would never die. And we're back again. We got Jeff Holiday. Welcome back, Jeff.
Super sad I couldn't be on last night. That was a bummer.
Yeah. You know, it happens. We were mentioning your little battle with Doug TenNapel to Vosh.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we were telling him about that, and he was like, Doug is actually crazy.
Well, he is crazy, yeah. That's for sure.
We're on like a 6-day...
Fifth day.
We're on the fifth day of a 6-day in a row streaming marathon to kind of... Because schedules had to be moved around. So... Yeah, we're getting through it. We had one of the greatest actual manias in history. We always say that, but it always is. How does it keep topping?
It was a banger.
Oh man,
it was a banger.
Well, I saw you sent me your videos that you made.
Yeah,
and I laughed my fucking dick off, man. Those are really good. And look, I you got to send me the actual mania so I can catch up on it because I watched the one before that and that was a banger too.
Well, you know, Jeff, your rematch against Kyle is like about 2 months away.
I know.
At Actual Mania, you'll be able to get your rematch. Kyle has had his reign. I didn't get no pizza gift card, by the way. Where's mine?
Well, you got the championship belt.
Oh, hold on, though. People that have won belts got gift cards, too. Where's my gift card, Kyle? Why are you screwing me over? I didn't simp hard enough for your e-girls anymore?
Probably.
Wow.
Wait, he took my title and he didn't give me a card, and he took my title.
Well, he's given away multiple gift cards to gain favor with the actual maniacs. I think he's trying to gain favor with the competitors so that he can reign supreme if you ever come back trying to knock down his door.
When you're the commissioner, you're not supposed to bribe the talent. You direct the talent. You're cutting your legs out from under yourself. You're supposed to have an air of authority that you know how to do good programming. And if you got to bribe people, I don't know. Vote of no confidence from me, man. It's crazy.
You see, Jeff, a simp's love is different than that of a regular man.
True. True. It's very true. Also, I do want to talk about Doug TenNapel in a minute, but I did see somebody say, Jeff's here, hide your Wendy's. Ha! Last night, when Vosh was on, Vosh agreed with me. He didn't even know about the Wendy's thing at all. He fucking legit backed my argument.
I don't give a fuck what he agrees with at all.
I'm just saying.
I'm not targeting.
He also agrees with you on age of consent, I heard.
You fucker. Jesus Christ.
Which is a reasonable age of consent is all.
That's right. 18 and
a very special
of age.
Announcement.
Oh,
has been sent to Ben.
Yeah, we'll work on it. You know, let's take an actual Mania break for a second here. Like I'll look at your promo. We'll do the special announcement thing. If we don't get to it this episode, we can do it tomorrow during the bonus show. Things. I'm still recovering. All right.
Yeah, we need a minute to breathe, and it's been 5 of 6 shows in a row. Ben had to be the champion for Actual Mania. What? 2 days ago?
I had to be the champion, the producer, the commentator. I had to wear all these crazy hats.
Had to run a bonus show Saturday. Had to pit the Manatee and Trumpster Bob against each other on Sunday.
I had to get blackout drunk with Shabisky and beat him in arm wrestling multiple times too.
Yeah,
right?
They did some kissing.
Life is hard.
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's rock hard.
So just like Shabisky when he kisses me.
Shabisky was a very pleasant gentleman.
Is he really soft lips? Very soft lips? Is he a generous lover? Okay.
He's kind of one of those chapstick enthusiasts. You know what I mean?
I love it. Yeah.
Yes.
No.
It was an accident. Yes, Zoe, Princess Zoe, you're right. I'm not a workaholic by choice. I am by necessity. And part of that is babysitting the Discord and making sure people get along there, which is like, is that the Cobra's wand?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Somebody in the chat was asking to see the wand that I got from Josh Saunders.
You got the purple whistle tip?
Yeah, it's got the purple whistle tip with the red rocket dog penis base, you know, flared a little bit, you know.
I like the colors. That's a nice one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Did you see when I talked to Cobra? Did you watch any of that?
I did.
The funniest thing ever was I asked him how long they had the Delta 8 shops where he lived, and he was like, maybe like 2 weeks to 2 years.
That's Cobra time.
Somewhere I've got a video where I got a chance to like really briefly video chat with him over my buddy's phone, who was like hanging out with him in Casper. But it was like 45 seconds or something. It wasn't anything that cool. It was like,
Shabisky got the treatment that Cobes would have got. Like it would have been like he would have been so drunk and high and on shrooms and all kinds of shit the whole time.
I know. Like I've
never actually talked about this on the show. I've never revealed like all of the plans or anything before.
Oh no?
No. So you can tell us like what your original plan was.
Yeah, so my cousin, he goes by the name either Cousin Matt or Producer Matt, because he's kind of a wizard. He ended up in Casper, met Cobra, hung out with Cobra multiple days. There was this video that was on Cobra's channel of like the Cobra cribs, and he got to see a tour of his house or his apartment. That was all Matt. Matt did all that stuff, and we were in talks with King Cobra. Matt was going to drive all the way back out to Casper, pick him up, bring him to Washington, where we'd all meet up and hang out there. Then I'd bring him down to Oregon, hang out with him there, and then we'd send him home just to get him out of Casper. Like, no other reason. I didn't even give a fuck about streaming it on, like, any of my channels or anything. I don't give a fuck about that. I just wanted to see Cobra out of that shithole, because Casper is disgusting. But it just didn't work out. So, whatever.
Yeah, he said his schedule was full. That was his reason.
I mean, if ever he wants to do it, I'm sure we could make it happen. But
his schedule will free up soon.
Yeah,
we gotta just do CobraCon in Casper, Wyoming.
I legitimately think the whole. Nah, I don't want to go to Casper. Dude, Casper's so gross.
It's gross, but I already have the place picked out. There's like a wood hotel lodge with a waterfall inside. We're gonna turn it into a Boglum grotto. Cool. I got the Casper, Wyoming Arts Center. I'm gonna hit them up with an endowment so they make a bunch of gigantic Cobra parade.
You never forget your first pair of boobs.
It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
Everyone, please like the stream. We're going to get into the content in just a second here.
Yeah.
Where are we at with that CobraCon action figure?
At CobraCon, you can have the Cobra Lover Pass, which is $40, and the Hater Pass is $500. So if you come in hating, you're going to have to pay for it.
There's a special couples retreat package, too, where you get a 2-liter bottle of Mountain Dew and a 6-pack of Bud Light.
Yeah, and we're going to simulate a 6-year dry spell for all the people that show up. We're going to wash away any sexual activity they've had for the last 6 years all weekend long. And at the end, you're going to become born-again Boglum sluts.
Amazing.
Nice.
All right, let's get into antagonism. Here it goes.
Let's do it.
I should turn off that goddamn internet.
Oh, don't touch me. Don't touch me. TP, are they going to touch me?
Wow.
Wow. All right. So I saw this guy, the Daily Wire guy. What's his name?
Mm-hmm. Michael Knowles.
Oh God. So here was the first clip, and then he had to respond to it later because people got mad at him. Here's the first clip.
Speaking of the law as a teacher, great new law in Kansas. Kansas has become the first state to pass a bill that defines woman as someone who is biologically born female. That's it. That's what a woman is, which means that this will ban men who identify as transgender women from using single-sex areas designated for women. It's called the Women's Bill of Rights. It was approved by legislators 26-10 on Thursday. Only Republicans support there. And the bill defines a female as someone, quote, whose biological reproductive system is developed to produce ova, while male refers to anyone whose reproductive system, quote, is developed to fertilize the ova of a female. This is a beautiful bill. Because
I know beautiful bills. I happen to be one.
I know beautiful
How
bills.
is this beautiful?
He's also conflating gender and sexuality or sex as well.
Okay. Yeah. No. Well, I mean, yeah. That's a very common thing. Okay. All right. So this is the thing that really drives me fucking crazy about this. All right. There's almost 3 million fucking people in Kansas. In one survey that looks like it was actually encouraging people to like discuss whether or not they are transgender. So there's 3 million people in Kansas. Guess how many identified as transgender people there are in Kansas? Just guess.
2,000.
Nope. Lower.
200.
Lower.
Whoa.
197 people.
In all of Kansas?
197. In all of Kansas. 3 million people, 197. Taxpayer money. Government time. Just the fucking effort. The energy that we consumed from the cosmos to make a fucking bill because of 197 people in a state of 3 fucking million. What in the fuck?
Yeah, so that's those are people that are willing to admit they are, right? Like, so there's probably more.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, this is literally the transgender survey, 2015. Now, it was 2015. There's a good chance that there's maybe quite a few more. I don't know. But I mean, like, best easy access to data, and I don't imagine it's really that much more. But, like, you got to keep in mind, the whole Utah ban of transgender kids in high school sports, like that one that got passed, and it got fought by Republicans, even though it was Republicans trying to push it. Other Republicans are trying to stop it. This is what's so fucked up about it. 2 years, millions of dollars in taxpayer fucking money to ban transgender kids in school from doing sports. In all of Utah, there were 3 transgender students, and only 1 was in sports. All that time, all that fucking money.
That poor fucker.
Yeah, for one.
That one poor son of a bitch or daughter of a bitch. I don't know which one it is. That
fucking
poor
crazy.
that poor fucking kid just wants to play a game. Tell him no, right? Like, no, sorry, yeah, it's not going to work. You're cut from the team. You're cut from the team. But to have the entire Republican Party fighting each other over you, that's so stupid.
This fucking dry napkin of a fucking human being here creaming his fucking jeans at the idea of wasting government money in order to try and push against 197 people in Kansas. You fucking cunt.
He does not know what a beautiful bill is.
Cause it doesn't just say don't trans the kids. It doesn't just say wait till 8.
Kansas is also the state that voted to put creationism into school stuff as being a scientific theory.
True, yeah.
Also, hello Daddy Jeff.
Ooh.
Respectfully.
He's also Or Kansas is he's also my daddy too. I mean, Kansas is also the place where the Westboro Baptist Church resides. Kansas is full of some fuck shit. It really is.
It's true.
I thought that was Florida for some reason, but
No,
I
Westboro.
believe you.
In
He went
Topeka,
there.
Kansas. It was Topeka, Kansas. Topeka also, early on, is the city that Google renamed Google, Kansas for a day.
That's weird.
Way early on.
New
Very
Mexico
weird.
did Truth or Consequences back in the day, so it's weird to name your town after a gimmick. I've driven all the way across Kansas twice and didn't even really stop for anything other than to get food and gas. So
I've spent way too much time in Kansas.
yeah.
To introduce kids to transgenderism in schools. Once they turn 9, that's fine. Doesn't just say only minors can't. It bans transgenderism for all practical purposes.
That word transgenderism.
Is that what this bill is about? It bans transgenderism?
Ism. It sounds like a religion or something. Transgenderism.
In Kansas?
What are you gonna do on the weekend? Friday night I might do a transgenderism. I don't know. You know.
Yeah, what ism?
You know, I was thinking about tucking my dick back behind my legs and looking at my fucking boy pussy, but it's banned.
Is it an ism?
State for everybody, and it has to. In order for women to have the right to have their own bathrooms, you have to ban transgenderism entirely.
You know what? There's a brewery in Capitol Hill that just has completely all gender bathrooms.
You know what? It's time for another burning Kansas. Someone located Magog so he can raise the ghost of John Brown.
Magog was Arkansas.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, Arkansas, not just the regular Kansas. It's the Arkansas. But there's this brewing company. It's called Optimism Brewing Company, and everybody gets their own stall, and the stall door is from the floor all the way to the ceiling. And some of the stalls have urinals, some of them have toilets, and you go in there. When you're walking to your stall, you're walking by people of the other gender.
Sure, fuck it.
Yeah, and
That's the answer.
It's
take
normal.
All the bathrooms from women. Just take all the bathrooms. You don't get fucking bathrooms. Nobody gets bathrooms. Everybody has to use the same bathroom.
I'm fine with that. Washing
Me too.
it's a community hand washing station too. It's one big trough. Everyone washes their hands.
If
in.
all bathrooms were shared, if they were shared spaces where men and women use the same bathroom, the bathrooms would be so much cleaner. Because women have the nastiest, disgusting bathrooms.
I used to clean bathrooms.
They're sick. They don't care about each other. They walk in, they just bleed, shit, piss. They leave makeup.
Oh yeah, there's the feminine product trash can.
Yeah,
that exists.
It's vile.
My God.
It's vile. It's absolutely everything they say about sugar and spice and everything nice. That's out the window when it comes to women's bathrooms. They start being unisex bathrooms. They ain't gonna pull that shit. They ain't gonna pull that shit.
Yeah.
This is it right here. This is the bathroom I was telling you about.
But then I'm not gonna leave the toilet seat down either, so they'll be double pissed.
There's well, why would you need if you're standing to pee, you can just use the urinal side.
I might shit in a urinal just for funsies.
Well, you're just a jerk though. But yeah,
There's a little dragon tail hanging off the edge.
2023, man. I live life on the wild side.
It's current year, so I do this.
You can't just ban it for the kids. It's got to be entirely. In order for women to be able to have their own locker rooms at the gym, you have to ban transgenderism entirely in order to protect businesses from having to participate in weird...
From having to participate. You don't have to participate. They're choosing to participate because they feel like the representation of trans people should be noticed. If you're mad at Oreo, it's not because Oreo had to make the trans Oreo that you twist off, you lick it, a little dick pops out of the white cream. I like it. It's a good Oreo.
Unisex. Also, I work as a school groundskeeper. Can confirm girls are straight up nasty. At least boys do once in a while know the mess as opposed to spreading it all around.
I was a janitor at a Toys R Us, and I would clean.
Toys R Us?
Yeah.
Oh, that's rough.
I was like the maintenance guy.
That's rough.
Crazy stuff.
That's a job I don't think I've heard you talk about before.
I also did bike assembly there. Someone would order a bike. I got really quick at throwing a bike together. That was pretty crazy.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's mainly what I did. Or someone would like, you know how like the products are too big to have on the shelf, so there's like the slips of paper. Like someone would give me a slip of paper and my little, we had like these weird little handheld computers there. And this was a while ago. This is like early 2000s. And it would tell me like a product, and I'd go to the back and pick it up and bring it up to the front, like a big box. You know, whatever. They had like the Babies R Us side.
They did that at Costco too, I think, with the things too big to put in your cart.
Yeah.
Sexual rituals like the transgender transition. You have to ban transgenderism entirely.
Because it makes me feel icky.
There's 197 people in Kansas that have just disappeared, and Kansas is finally a good place to live. It was those 197 trans people that ruined Kansas.
Yeah, the state was really going downhill because of the 197 people for sure. It's just insane, dude. Like the whole point of this is cruelty too. Like there's no legitimate argument that they use for any of this. It's all fear mongering. It's all like a bunch of horse shit.
Well, that's been a lot of political sway over the years, especially the Republican parties love that fear mongering, right?
But the difference, though, in this is that, like, Democrats fearmonger and Republicans fearmonger, but they usually fearmonger about things that are at least like tangible or substantial. 197 people out of 3 million is not substantial. They are important because they're human beings and whatever. But like as far as a big block of the population, they're very, very insubstantial to the wider course of history and the way in which society functions. And the reason why that they do pick on it is because of cruelty and because it's easy. Because if they can convince first that transgender people are evil and gross and icky and need to be like legislated out of, that's an inroad to something else.
Makes me think he believes they are casting some sort of spell to change your sex. It's another satanic panic.
Doesn't seem very effective, at least in Kansas.
My lords.
My lords. Yes. Frank and Pinky cheers.
There's another.
It's not like these people are okay with gay people either, right? But they can't just come out and be like, we need to ban gay people. I mean, some of them do, but
some of them, but it's a lot less. They've realized the overall public opinion has swayed so much that's not a mainstream view on the Republican side.
They're going to keep trying, though. They're going to keep
trying.
They're going to be hoping they could do it. Yeah,
but like the Reagan era was very unfriendly to gay people.
Going to be hard to ban gay people when we're all gay.
True.
Here's the next video
that I called to ban transgenderism entirely. I made the point that if you want women to have their own bathrooms, if you think women ought to be able to have their own locker rooms and not have to look at gigantic, gross men while little girls are getting changed, if you want any of those things, you have to ban transgenderism entirely. It's not enough to say, well, you have to wait until you're 12 or whatever people are saying now. It has to be the whole thing, because if men have the right to behave as women and identify as women for the purposes of public life, then women can't have their own spaces. And we as a society cannot.
Okay, and here's another thing. This is another thing, too. What he's talking about is, and he says it very explicitly, men have the right to then the behavior that he dislikes. This is, again, it's a whole nother fucking thing. He's using this panic. He's using this kind of shit of just imagine these little girls, they might, on the very rare chance, run into one of the 197 people, and if they'd even know, might encounter this type of thing, which is completely fucking ridiculous. But this is the justification for trying to ban overall people's ability to just even simply express themselves. This is authoritarianism. This is like overt fucking authoritarianism. We're not even going to let you express yourself. It's fucking crazy. And it is directly against the First Amendment. Like, it's fucked up, dude.
Yeah, I'm surprised that Well, I mean, if they really push it to this level, it would probably go before the Supreme Court, and of course, it would be unconstitutional.
Right.
Does he explain what they're banning?
I mean, they're not. Well, the whole beginning of this conversation had nothing to do with banning anything. It had to do with like having an official definition on the state constitution of Kansas, right? Wasn't that what it was?
Right. And that's so that they can get around anti-discrimination by, making, gendered requirements that otherwise...
Which is it's a weird thing to put on a state constitution or whatever it was on. Like, but...
Yeah, it's really fucking crazy. But like that's why I keep telling people. Like I've gotten so many people over the years being like, you're going a little bit too overboard. They're not really trying to go for this and not trying to go for that. I'm like, just wait. And then they do. And then I'm like, well, they're going to next try and go for this sort of thing. They're like, no. You're being an extremist about it. I'm like, just wait. And then they do.
I never imagined the abortion thing would be where it is now. I thought that was settled.
Yeah.
I was always kind of taught to believe that it was settled and that there was really no way they could do anything. But it's weird that they got, like one of the craziest presidents ever who only served one term but got how many Supreme Court justices in there?
3.
Yeah. That's
3
just
of 7,
craziness.
right? Isn't there only 7?
No,
or is there 9?
There's 9.
Okay. Yeah, there's 9. But he also appointed shit tons of judges like all over the country, and some of those are far, far more dangerous just because of what they represent. But yeah, no, I knew that they would. I knew they'd go after abortion. They've just been waiting. That's why you can't ever stop being vigilant about this shit. Christian nationalism right now, as it's rising, as there's like all these people really starting to buy into it, this chuckle fuck is really into that kind of shit.
You know what's
it's just
so
a matter
messed
of
up?
fucking time.
You literally just said vigilant, and then your next word was Christian right after. Hi, Faith family.
Listen, I'm the vigilant atheist Jeff Holiday, okay? But I'm not going to be afraid to suck dick, all right? Let's just, whatever.
Standards and norms, and we're not allowed to live according to reality. We have to live according to the delusions of these troubled people. And I think we, the people, have a right to reality. And I think women have a right to their own spaces. And so that means you got to ban the thing entirely. And oh my goodness, what these people say. They said that I was calling for the extermination of transgender people.
Well, it sounded a little bit like you were saying that. You might not have been saying that, but it definitely sounded like you were saying that. Were you baiting the other side to respond to you in a way that you said that? Because it did sound like you were saying that.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if anybody... I'm sure there are people that are saying that he's calling for an extermination, but moreover, people are saying that he's calling for a genocide, which there are a lot of different types of genocides. It's not just all like killing. It could be like destroying a culture. It could be legislating somebody like out of any rights. I mean, that kind of shit does tend to classify as there's different forms of genocides. But he's going to go, well, the extremists, you see how crazy it is? What I'm saying totally isn't crazy, even though it's insane. It's nuts, man.
To miss that part of my show. When did I say that? I don't know how you could have a genocide of transgender people, because genocide refers to genes. It refers to genetics.
No. What? How can somebody so confidently say something so objectively fucking wrong? When has genocide ever specifically had anything to do with genes? Is it because the first 3 letters are GEN?
That's what he's thinking, right?
Yeah.
God, there's a big fucking brains over there at the fucking Daily Wire.
This is a genocide of genitals.
I guess. That sounds actually like a really good punk band, actually.
Well, he makes a good point. We can't be changing our lives based on the delusions in somebody's mind. So I think since we can't prove Christianity, we have to end that as well. I think that's fair. I'll trade 197 Kansas people for the other, I don't know, 3 million Christian Kansas people that are running around, Westboro Baptist, all the other ones.
Here's the
a Polish-born U.S. jurist coined this. Raphael Lemkin.
Yeah,
Lemkin did it.
Yeah. So, and this is I think colloquially it's the meaning has changed, but the original it comes from
Genesis, to give birth.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's not genes. That's not like DNA.
Well, that's where we get the term gene from, though, right?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Well, that's what I mean.
The genus.
But
the genus.
I'm pretty sure he was trying to say this is about genes or like about race or something like that, and that's why it can't be about it or blah blah blah.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely doesn't mean that. He's arguing semantics over it.
Right. Like a big brain.
Yeah, I actually saw David Pakman make an argument against calling it a genocide. So there are different opinions on it for sure, and we know David Pakman isn't like a right-wing lunatic.
Yet.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
I never know how these guys are going to change. I used to love my Dave Rubin commentary.
I mean, yeah.
I didn't. I'm lying.
Okay.
I never followed Dave Rubin.
Das Wunderkind.
I went drinking with Dave Rubin once. That was really
dull.
Yeah,
we've seen the awkward
blow joke.
No, there was that awkward video.
Video.
Yeah.
The dumb fuck didn't know that I was recording a video. He thought it was a picture. He was just standing there like, really funny.
It refers to biology. And the whole point of transgenderism is that it has nothing to do with biology. That's what the transgender activists say. They say, forget about biological sex. My gender expression doesn't have to have anything to do with my biological sex. Okay, well then there can't be a genocide. That refers to genetics. But furthermore, nobody's calling to exterminate anybody, because the other problem with that statement is that transgender people is not a real ontological category. It's not a legitimate category of being.
Why not?
There are people who think that they're the wrong sex, but they're mistaken. They're laboring under a delusion. And so we need to correct that.
So wait. So like, really, the genocide already happened because they never existed to begin with in imagination land.
When you eradicate somebody's existence in their own mind because of ideas you have in yours, that's it might not be a genocide, but it's definitely pushing somebody out of their personal choice. I can't identify with a transgender mind, and this guy can't either. But other transgender minds can probably tell each other, talk to people who are official, let it know that this is more than just a delusion. And even if it is just a delusion, who the fuck cares?
Yeah.
We let so many people live by their delusions.
It's one of those things, like if we just left people alone and let them live the life that they want to live, it would be one thing. But the concept of right-wing politics these days is entirely around imposing your will and being cruel to people, especially the less relevant, the better. And the less likely that they have a chance to rally up some numbers to defend themselves, even better. And it's all authoritarian, and they mask it as just, it's just common sense and a world gone mad and blah, 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 blah. Like, even remove the opposite side from it. Remove, like, the ineffective and horseshit liberal party. Just on the merits of their own arguments is nothing but fucking cruelty for the sake of being cruel. And it's so weird to me. It's so weird. But it's attractive to people who they're craving that.
It's a pee thing. People just want to pee. If we can't figure out how to let these people pee, 197 people in Kansas, we got to figure out how to let them pee or poop. We're going to have to reinvent the way people pee and poop.
Yeah.
Can we have like a sign that you can hang on the door, say, "Hey, I'm peeing and pooping. Keep your kids out unless you want to worry about them getting destroyed by my big sweaty T-girl penis."
Yeah.
Like, figure something out. It's not that fucking hard. All this time we're spending trying to banish people from peeing. Just let's figure out another way. This is stupid. I don't want to fight over this ever again. I will kneel before you and let your T-girl cock rain down on me in a golden shower just so you have somewhere to pee, so we can end this conflict. We have too much to worry about in this world. This is enough. Enough of this. We need to move forward. People need to pee-pee poo-poo.
Princess Zoe is on point, too. Note that transphobes don't really want trans people going to the bathrooms of their birth sex as well. That's true. They just don't want them to exist. Like that, and that, like, again, I know some people are like, they don't like the term genocide. And all right, if you don't like the term genocide, whenever you hear somebody else say it, replace it with wish they didn't exist and legislate them out of existence.
Right. They wouldn't want, the term passing. They wouldn't want someone that you couldn't tell was trans. They are passing, like a Blair White looking trans person walking into the men's bathroom. You know what I mean?
No, they wouldn't like that either.
Right.
It would. Yeah.
I would like.
I mean, they don't like Blair either, but she still gets hired by him.
I would like a Blair White type.
That's so crazy.
I would like a Blair White type to walk into this man's bedroom. I don't care where she pees or poops, as long as she can pee or poop. I don't care.
I still think I could fix Blair.
She don't need to be fixed.
I could fix her.
She serves a purpose. She's the Uncle Dong.
I don't know if that was better than the original way of saying it.
I don't know.
That might have been worse.
What, was it?
It might have been.
Am I going to get canceled?
You call her Uncle Dong.
She's the Uncle Dong.
What the fuck?
Let these transphobes have one trans. They could be like, she's one of the good ones.
Can we just rewind and say Auntie Dong?
I mean,
I'm at least more comfortable with that. Okay.
I don't think we should.
What if she changed her Skype username to that, or a Twitter username to that, or something?
I don't think we should politicize this. I don't think we should politicize this. Okay.
Someone clip that.
It's an obvious play on the term Uncle Tom, which is a non-gender reference. Okay. Let's not sully the waters of comedy. And Uncle Tom has a reason and an existence. It does not matter. Does not matter if there's a gender specific alteration to a historically accurate term.
Oh God!
Also, to address somebody in the chat said, "I
reclaim noble savagery."
Somebody said in the chat that Blair White is not passing. I have hung out with Blair multiple times in real life. She's not only passing, she's fucking gorgeous. It is what it is.
I'm gonna say something.
I've seen her in person.
I'm gonna say something right now. Okay, most of the people that complain about passing trans women have less passing biological girlfriends.
True.
Like you're dating a fucking hunchback with a mustache. Don't tell me about Blair White. You fucking roly-poly ollies sit back with your TV dinners and spit fucking tobacco dust at the fucking wall. Don't tell me about Blair White.
I see V Infuso in the chat, and he's kind of I think he was confused about what was going on. I think he came in during that.
We're just having a party. It's a Holy Ghost party.
Jesus fuck, man.
Oh my God.
Auntie Dong.
I won't do it. I won't go there. I'll just stop using the term altogether. I won't go there.
That's a good idea.
I won't go there. It was a one and done. Uncle Dong, not cool. We've decided. You got it. You got it.
Billy gets into rapid fire joke mode, and he'll just it'll just come out.
Well,
it'll just come out.
Like this, so somebody's got to test it, right? And Billy is brave enough to test it. and throw it out there. That's fine.
Yeah. And I'm willing to carry the scars. I will. If you want to come, if you want to come have a conversation with me, if you're a trans person who feels like I violated you with my Uncle Dong, you just let me know. You just let me know. We can sit down and have that conversation.
You just got to stop saying it because it fucking kills me, man.
I'm just a guy.
Yeah, V, we'll have you back on sometime.
Yeah,
I've been watching a lot of your stuff that you've been putting out lately.
Yeah.
Yeah, V Infused is cool.
Yeah. Yeah. He makes a lot of wrestling-related videos, too, which I like.
Our Ricky Shane Page got signed to MLW this week.
Oh, yeah? That's cool.
I believe it's his birthday today. Happy birthday, Ricky Shane Page.
Yeah, MLW is a good indie fed. It's like one of the higher level ones.
It's his first contract he's had with a fed where he's got like a working contract. So that's cool.
Is there anything left of the Michael Knowles thing?
No, that's it.
That's it?
We were gonna
okay. I promise people on Twitter I'd call him a Game Award. This dude's a fucking retard. All right, I'll be right back.
All right.
We're bringing it back, aren't we?
Yeah, I guess so.
This is day 2 where we've had the R word.
Yeah.
See, I refuse.
I hate it when words get banned, honestly.
I refuse to use the R word ever again.
Which one?
Retard. I won't do it.
Didn't you just do it?
I won't do it. I had a conversation with a drunk girl at a party about 12 years ago. No, it probably wasn't that long ago. It was probably 9 years ago. And she said, I don't like it when people use that word. And I said, why not? She's like, it hurts people's feelings. And I said, okay, I'm going to stop using it. And I stopped.
Whose feelings does it hurt?
Probably people who are. Oh, I was in a movie theater. They were playing the trailer for.
You were not in a movie
3
theater.
billboards outside of Ebbings, Missouri. And there was a developmentally disabled person in the audience.
A what?
Developmentally disabled person in the audience.
What are those?
We would formerly have called them the word I'm not saying.
Which word?
The R word that Jeff said before he left.
Rutabaga?
Nope. And so they were in the audience, and in this trailer, Frances McDormand's character in the trailer calls a woman the R word. And I heard this
repulsive.
This poor human being in the audience wail like when they heard it. And I could feel their pain, I could feel their hurt. And to me,
it's one of the funniest things I've ever heard.
I have the nuance to know that Frances McDormand's character was supposed to be despicable. That word was not supposed to be celebrated. We were supposed to look at her as a person with much hate in her heart. But to that person in the audience that has been struggling their entire life with a developmental disability,
oh my God,
it cut right into their soul and it hurt them.
That is fucking
hurt
hilarious.
them terribly.
Oh God, that is hilarious. All right,
what are we talking about?
Oh man.
Well, when you left, you said the R word, and we were having a discussion on that word.
I don't use that. I don't use that word.
Vosh used it last night.
Which word was it, though?
You brought it up, right? Like, you brought the word up, and then Vosh...
I brought up, like, how people were getting on his case for saying it. That's what I brought up.
I keep it locked and loaded for somebody that I legitimately think is a despicable, horrible person. And if anybody like gets offended by the use of it, I'll directly apologize to them, like, off show or something.
I usually only use it while I'm cock slapping somebody.
There are words that people stop saying, and that some of them I miss, but I stopped saying them too. Some of them were just some of the funniest words ever.
I like Vosh's explanation that using words like that just make you kind of lazy, and there's better words you can find and use.
No,
I like that.
Yes.
Like maggot with an F. Maggot with an F.
Yeah.
That And not as an insult. Not as an insult.
It's a great word.
Yeah, that's one of the best words ever. It's just like
great word.
Just like rolls out of your mouth.
Say it. Yeah. I can't ever say it because like it's so loaded and it's used like so viciously towards people that like I care about. So I don't use it. But dude, that word sounds so perfect. It carries so much weight if you call it to somebody's face, like they're like, it's so perfect.
Well, I mean, sometimes it's used for pillow talk.
That's totally different and totally fine. That is totally fine.
I have this thing, 100%. And I think I should probably be canceled
Take that,
for
you
it.
filthy maggot with an F.
I like to refer to my dogs as racial slurs or sexual slurs. I don't know why. I'm like, hey, come here, you little, and then I say like Pollock.
Oh,
come here, you little Pollock. That's about as racial.
I think you mean
as
pollock. You call them a fish.
I would not do that. No. I can say that particular slur because you happen to be Polish, Ben. And
so why does that mean you get to say it?
Because you're my co-host.
Oh, really? That's how it works?
Yeah, that's why you can make fat jokes.
Is that why I can say maggot with an F?
No, because neither of us are actually gay.
You're not?
I'll suck a peepee. I'll suck a peepee if it gives me the green card to say the gay word. I'll do it.
It works. Yeah,
I'll do it.
Yeah, 100%,
I don't think it works though. I don't think it works. I think you're not allowed to say it regardless now.
It's been like 15 years, so I don't think I have the maggot with an F pass anymore. So it just
been 15 years.
Yeah.
Since you had a peepee in your mouth?
Yeah.
Oh, Jeff, we gotta hang out.
Oh my God! All right, I'm moving on. All right.
Hey, we can each give each other the pass.
Can't even credit these people. You can't even say, "Isn't that amazing?"
Gavin can say,
"Wow, I'm proud that my forefathers did that." And as just white people, but then you could even narrow it down to. Like myself, Italian, their amazing masonry works.
I love how half of their episodes are always talking about what they're not allowed to say anymore, and the other half is just saying the shit that you're supposedly not allowed to say.
They're complaining about how they can't use like ethnic stereotypes.
Well, God damn it! Didn't we just do 10 minutes on that right now when we jump right into this video?
Positive ethnic stereotypes.
Are we just them? Oh, positive?
Yeah, like you know what I mean, right?
No. What do you mean?
Like saying black people are good at basketball or something like that, or black men have huge dicks, like that kind of thing, like a positive ethnic stereotype, something like that.
Cement work, granite, all these things that are part of the culture of Europe.
You're saying like Asian people are good at math, or
Jeff, when we're in our 60s, can we do a podcast like this?
Yeah, we absolutely fucking can. Wait, which one of us has to be Gavin?
Are there these guys? One started Proud Boys, so you probably have to do that because you did the Kekistan thing.
Oh fuck, that's true. Yeah, I gotta be Gavin.
Hold on. Someone said they get it in the chat. Do I need to give you more examples?
I don't think so. We're gonna get canceled. We're sweet boys here.
I'm mad that I can't say those kind of things anymore. Actually,
and for some reason we're not allowed to have that. We're not allowed to share in the pride of your cultural achievement.
Well, there's a supposition.
Yeah, no, I hate this. How like people will take credit for the accomplishments of other people who happen to be a similar skin tone to them.
Oh, yeah.
Let's take pride in all the cultural achievements of other whites. That's what they're doing. They didn't do shit. Like, he had a fucking radio show. Whatever. That's not akin to, like, inventing the airplane or something like that. Or, you know.
You don't understand, Ben. White people built all these empires, which is why it's totally cool to be white and a weird nerd who jizzes all over his waifu pillow and has a Twitter account with a fucking Roman statue for the profile picture. He's just like Alexander.
As a white musician, I'm proud of Elvis, Eminem, Elton John, all the other E-named musicians?
Asians aren't good at math. They're good at studying because of 2,000 years of Chinese culture.
Oh my God, you're gonna get canceled
in the imperial system that they brought with them to North America.
Yeah, it's a stereotype. Like it's there's plenty of black people that aren't good at basketball too. It's a literal stereotype.
Well, I mean, fucking Hispanics are good at dodgeball because of La Chancla.
That's true. Anybody who doesn't get that reference wouldn't know. Anybody who does get that reference would agree.
If you recognize your accomplishments, then you think everyone else's accomplishments are irrelevant and they don't belong around you, and you're the only one who has accomplishments. Yes.
Give me a fucking
If it makes you feel better, non-whites, just think of us as like beavers.
Yeah.
If it makes you feel better, non-whites, it's like they're not individuals. They play for a team. And that's the mentality amongst a lot of people, not just these kind of guys, but a lot of people. We're not individuals as much as we're members of various groups that we belong to. It's very strange. I don't know.
I'm gonna summon my magic cracker powers.
Yeah.
Gotta elevate myself.
Like I'll say it again. I can't stand it. Like, it's cringy to me that for me to imagine taking credit for other people's accomplishments just because they happen to look kind of similar to me.
Right.
It's so weird. Sure. Like, oh, Michael Phelps, greatest Olympic gold medalist ever. I'm basically a multi-time Olympic gold medalist because he's white, like me. So that's just more of the white accomplishments, right?
I wish
you both smoke weed.
Oh,
I wish I knew
the same person.
I wish I knew who built the pyramids. I'd like to take responsibility for those. Was it aliens?
Oh no, are we going there?
We just get in there and we get the.
If you think about it, we're all African too. So really,
yeah.
I just want to take responsibility for all of life's great things.
Sure.
Sticks together, and then you're in our little beaver hut.
Yeah.
Those are the delusions that we're okay with, not the delusions of identifying as the opposite gender.
Yeah.
Creating the modern beaver.
Oh God, I'm so sorry I built this.
I'm a proud beaver chauvinist, and I refuse to apologize for creating this dam.
Yeah. Sorry.
Won't happen again. You want to try that? South Africa tried it.
Oh, God.
It didn't go great. Haiti tried it. It didn't go great. But one other thing I like to say about the beaver people.
The beaver people?
Is they also are the only... Beaver Americans are the only Americans who go, hey, this is how you build a dam.
Yeah.
Come on in.
Yeah.
Every other animal in the forest is like, fuck you, I'm a deer. I'm going to
Okay, so he's also basically saying that, like, each race is almost like its own species, which is fucked up in of itself.
Yeah.
For the odd mouse, but mostly just eat plants.
Yeah.
And the rest of you can fuck off. I'm not interested. Beavers are the only one that's like, go, we're great at systems. Let's all make the whole forest a system. Deer, you can do this. Birds, you can do that. Yeah. And we set up this whole system for...
Did you see that fucking TikTok with this meth head looking dumb racist bitch that was talking about how human beings can't be different species, even though there's like millions. Did you see that on Twitter? She was making this case. She's making this case of like there's all these different species of animals, and there's this many species of this animal, this many species of this animal, but human beings and she said with millions of years of distance in genetics, which isn't fucking true at all. Like it's ridiculously not fucking true. But yeah, like it's weird to say it's dehumanizing that he's comparing human races to animals because
he doesn't understand. He doesn't understand speciation because the fact that regardless of how different we may look, we can all still just as easily breed with one another. That's how speciation works. That's why. I mean, like, look at dogs. A Chihuahua looks almost nothing like a Great Dane, but they can still reproduce with each other. It has to be. It has to be a female Great Dane. But yeah,
I want to see the Chihuahua that tries.
So looks have nothing to do with it. It all has to do with reproduction. And then there's there are anomalies that go against that, like a liger. That's like a very rare thing. Male lion and a female tiger can reproduce a liger, and I hear they're sterile though. Like a liger
all
can't
hybrids
reproduce.
are sterile.
Yeah.
Like a beefalo, a cow and a buffalo.
Yeah.
They can't reproduce. It's very interesting how you can cross the two species, but they can't go further.
And I think that just shows that they're more closely related is on the evolutionary ladder.
Have we tried fucking as many animals as we can to see if it works?
Let's just have an animal orgy.
That's been attempted. I'm just.
Was that one of those Hitler things that we don't talk about?
That was probably more like a Caligula thing. I think that predated Hitler.
He's over here pumping cum into everything that has 5 thumbs.
I guarantee you it was the fucking Greeks, man. The Greeks are fucking doing that, and none of those weird.
The Greeks have always been ahead of the rest of us. There's a reason why you buy butt sex from a prostitute. It's called Greek. They know that they're far beyond our knowledge.
For everyone else.
Here's how you make it.
And then all these other deer and fucking woodchucks are going, fuck you.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, what are you doing for the forest?
Again, genetically speaking, when it comes to the human race, it's really, really simple. If you take somebody from East Africa and somebody from West Africa, you compare their genetics, they are less likely to be anywhere near as genetically similar than any one of them to anyone else in the world, which means I'm probably more genetically similar to both the East African and the West African man than they are to themselves. This is just objectively true, something that we have seen. The human race is a race. It is one race. The reason why they do this kind of shit is because they want to change that dynamic. They don't actually want people to be seen as some kind of unified front. Simple as that. Anyway, that's my point.
Your system. Your beaver supremacist systems. We don't
we're the only animals in the entire forest that want to include other animals.
Include people.
And then if I say dams are cool, you go, oh, you're a beaver supremacist. Beavers are the only ones that aren't supremacists.
Yeah. Share the way we do things. You could look at the beaver people.
Yes.
The way we build, or they build, they build buildings and cities and whatnot. I don't think there is an earthquake that could happen.
I mean, there's are there not like huge cities in Asia? I mean, there are huge cities all over the world. Are they pretending like only white people build cities?
Probably. Fucking probably. I don't know. Like, I got into it with this one fucking dickhead, this weird race supremacist guy. And he's talking about like only whites build civilizations. I'm like, motherfucker. During the golden age of Islam, white Europeans were still like wiping their asses with their hand. No, it was Doug TenNapel or something like that, wasn't it? Or maybe it was one of Doug's. Might have been one of Doug's fans or some shit. But like white Europeans are still living in the fucking mud while like the Chinese were mapping astronomy. While there were like complicated civilizations and empires in Africa, white Europeans were picking ticks off each other. Like, it's so dumb. It's so fucking crazy.
In the United States, that can wreak the havoc that Turkey saw in Syria, in that the amount of death. I mean, what are they talking? 50,000 killed, just the entire city devastated.
50,000?
50,000 dead.
That's Vietnam.
I mean, we just lost.
This is some Joseph Smith claiming Cahokia. It was built by ancient Israelites.
I mean, didn't we Didn't we just have like a health crisis where we lost over 1 million people just in our country alone? That's way more than 50,000. So a disaster can happen. They take several forms. I mean, just wait till Mount Rainier blows its top. How many people live in Tacoma?
We just lost 197 Kansas people to this.
They got Thanos snapped.
Thanos snapped while they were all standing up to take a piss in the woman's room. Thanos snapped right out midstream. It was fucked up.
Oh, huge. Yeah, that's every American that died in Vietnam, pretty much.
That's not funny.
Wow. How do you, because we said, wow, earthquakes fuck these buildings up. Huh, what do? Well, the Beaver got
get
in
some
there
rebar.
and realized, right.
The
If you
Beaver
put
got
some
in there.
kind of a spring shock absorbing system on the foundation, all this shit using these strips in between levels that you build that are flexible, expansion joints, all kinds of shit. And then, not going, oh boy, I can't wait to watch everyone's buildings fall down. No, don't tell anyone about this. And then you show the world. You go, here's how you protect against earthquake damage. So isn't that like a nice thing to
it's
do?
not healthy to get too worked up by guys like these, but tonight feels like it's just going to be the parade of frat boy narcissists. Then again, you get my money so I can vent my outrage.
We'll try and be.
Life began. I think humans eventually send one obese Kyle Reese back in time billions of years just to take a shit in the primordial soup.
I love the idea of Michael Bean, like fucking being teleported in via Terminator, you know, and like there's lava flows and shit. There's like a little tepid pool where like there's got to be recombinant DNA and shit, and he just takes a fat pincher right in there. That'd be great.
They send a handful of weird sickos back in time to play Ookie Cookie into the primordial ooze. The first to shoot their load begins the eventual downfall of humanity.
Yeah, let's move on.
Well, I just want to say I don't understand what the fuck they were talking about.
Just a couple of old boomer crackers just whining about stuff.
Pretty sure they're mad at the movie Zootopia.
Somebody sent this to me. I thought it was pretty funny. It's a deep fake. It's like a Tucker Carlson deep fake.
Sweet Lord in heaven above, I can't stop myself from jerking off to the green M&M at least 6 times daily. I try so hard to repress it, but those fucking shoes are burnt into my mind. I've lost gallons of cum at this point. What can I do?
Is
Excellent.
This the AI at work? Is that what this is?
I don't know.
Is someone just like, hey, AI, make Tucker Carlson talk about the M&Ms more sexually.
I mean, like if I couldn't tell just by the way his mouth is talking, I would assume that this is 100% just correct.
Yeah.
The first of 4 new hats about to be revealed, everyone.
What is this jacket that he's
I want to do
wearing?
this dramatically, so hold on a second. Let me see if I can do this.
I'm taking my I'm taking my vest off. I can't be wearing the same thing as fucking
It's like, what is this jacket he's wearing? Just like, fuck.
Off camera is not the
His is all like poofy and metallic looking though.
It's okay.
We can't be warm.
He's gonna show you on his hats, guys.
He got 4 hats.
You
and
want
he
to see a
put them all the
positive
way-
surprise, guys?
All the way across the house. So he takes 47 minutes to bring one of them back to you.
Ready?
DSP had to move into like a place where you need a key card to even like get in on his street. It's craziness, but I guess it was smart because people are so obsessed with him. They probably would go to where he lives.
That's where Cobes needs to move.
Stupid.
Cobes could not afford.
Yeah.
Cobes is not.
What the fuck?
Yep. Cobes is not as good of a grifter as DSP.
Phil.
Yeah. Look at that.
Is this SSP?
Oh man, it gets good.
Hair dark side.
Yes. Hello. I am General Bison. I'm here to take over the world with my forces of Shadaloo, as well as Stream, and make some money. Yes. It's actually it looks exactly like M. Bison's hat, except they didn't have one with a skull, so I got a star. But it looks like M. Bison's hat. It's supposed to be like a military hat. It's pretty fun.
A very specific military.
Oh! I don't know. I don't know what I want to do.
How lit would that hat be, though, if instead of the star, it was the McDonald's symbol, and it had the McDonald's color trim on it? That'd be fucking dope.
They should just replace the standard uniform at McDonald's with that at this point.
How fucked up would it be if we started wearing, like, fast food Nazi-inspired fashion? Like Hugo Boss with Wendy's hats. It's obviously not Nazi, right? But the fashion the fashion mixed with the Americana of the obesity epidemic, the idea that we are going to buy overconsumption garbage, mix that in with the Nazi attire, that becomes something beyond racism. That's a statement.
Only the elites, only those that have the money, they can afford the Baconator. Yes.
It's a good sandwich.
Pretty sure, actually, that Vosh said fast food overall has become more expensive last night.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yep. It is true. Like, you could go to Applebee's and even have like a couple beers for the same price of like a couple combo meals. Even at McDonald's at this point. It's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, it's like $10 for a fucking Big Mac meal. It's nuts. And a small Big Mac meal.
If you use the apps for those, you almost always get like BOGO deals and you can like earn points. And, you know.
Being stupid. They think
Sniffs in the chat says that pretzel pub burger is what's up. The pretzel pub burger is actually probably the best Wendy's burger. Baconator's bomb. They have the mozzarella Italian one is all right. I was not as impressed as I thought I would be, but that pretzel pub burger with the pretzel bun and the beer cheese, ooh-wee.
Sandwich dick fart. He said that the other night. Who did? Billy. He did an impersonation of himself, and he was like, "Sandwich dick fart," and then and this was one of the sandwich parts.
Yes,
that was the sandwich.
It's not. This is a very common military hat used in many different military things. Like I said, it's an M. Bison hat. That's why I got it, because it looks like M. Bison.
This fucking guy.
I just think it's stupid because people, of course, have to immediately associate everything with something bad with me because they want to be dickheads and try to basically spin everything to be toxic. So because I'm wearing a military hat of the style that a ridiculous amount of people in history have worn, including M. Bison, a character that I frequently pick in a fighting game once a week, they gotta all say it's a Nazi hat. So it's this simple. When I see it, you're banned. I'm not even fucking around.
Yeah.
If I see you say it once, you're banned. This is your one warning. If I see it in chat, you are banned. I don't care if you're a regular. I don't care who the fuck you are. If I see it, you're banned. Period. I'm not putting up with your bullshit. Trying to be toxic on my fucking stream. I'm having fun here.
You're toxic,
and all of a sudden,
guys.
I look at the stream chat. Everyone, oh, Nazis, Hitler, Nazis. No, how about this? Banned. Gone forever. Because I don't put up with your fucking bullshit. Your toxic shit is not welcome on my fucking streams ever. So get the fuck out now. It's not a funny fucking joke. It's not.
This was posted earlier today in the Discord.
Oh no.
Oh no.
You're out of here. So I'm done with it. If I see it once, you're banned. And you're not coming back. No begging me in emails. Can I be unbanned? I didn't know. Fuck you, you toxic idiot. You gotta bring up fucking Nazis on my stream. Fuck you. You're banned. Period. Now everyone acts like they didn't say it when it's been said for the past 10 fucking minutes. So I can't wait for the first idiot to be fucking banned right now. Alright. Now can I concentrate on the game and have fun? Instead of listening to stupid, dumb shit? That'd be great. That'd be really great.
Okay.
No, there's no hat streak. There's no streaks like that anymore.
This is one of 4
Any talk
hats.
like that would be banned on site.
Yeah, what's the
It must
other
be
one?
banned. I'm not putting up with it.
One of them is like a bald cap, like Chairman Mao's.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
Done with it. Enough with your sick shit. Fucking people.
Joseph Stalin wore a hat too, right?
I don't know if it was a prominent hat. I wouldn't be able to tell you what it was.
I saw a picture where it was photoshopped to make him look like Super Mario, and it was pretty amazing.
That's what I thought of it first after the Hitler thing. I thought he kind of does look like Super Mario because I was thinking to myself, his mustache is a little too long to be Hitler. But then in my head, I was like, but it's perfect for Super Mario.
Me off, man.
Lower than a feral ghoul's IQ.
Huh.
Oh. Oh.
T-Bob has got some banana coffee.
What?
T-Bob's got some banana coffee.
What?
All right, guys, how you doing? This is T-Bob here. I'm gonna make some banana.
Look at his name. T-Bob Love needs 1,000 subs.
1K subs.
Yep.
I think I support T-Bob Love. I like this. This is good.
Okay, you gotta have a blender.
We did a who's worse between Brett Keane and T-Bob, and T-Bob won so easily.
It wasn't easy. He won 3 out of the 5 options, but he kind of tipped it over when it came to who's more criminal. That unfortunately Bob has a history.
Yes, a horrible history.
I get water. Pretty simple setup. I like a. I'm talking to them. Oh. My roommate does not get it. So here's my creamer.
I don't think most people get it, especially the people you call and you're like, check out. You're calling the FBI and telling them to like join a Discord to look at evidence. Yeah.
I don't think anybody in this room right now, in Trumpster Bob's room, gets it.
This is not an ingredient that I'll be using, nor this. It will be a good stand, though.
Ooh.
Need a cutting board.
That's a nice big pot.
Cut up your banana.
What? A cutting board to cut up a banana?
I usually just cut the banana directly into my
really
cereal
easy,
bowl.
Guys. It's just most people never heard of banana coffee.
I use a butter knife. And I press it against my own thumb if I need to. I would never cut a banana with a knife that big.
Banana coffee you're gonna make.
So who's a better cook, Bob or Cobes?
I've never seen Bob actually cook a meal.
We're going to judge based on this banana coffee.
I don't know if that's fair. I want to see him make like a plate of spaghetti or like something like that. Or grill a steak or whatever. Something.
So basically, do away with any bad spots of the banana. And you want to kind of slice them up, dice them up.
What the fuck is he doing? Why not just punch the fucking banana and make mush? Why would you dice a banana? What is this? You're literally making mess right now.
Blender ready.
This is mess.
Remember when he called?
Why did he chop a banana to throw it in the blender? What in the actual fuck is going on?
He could have put it in the banana hole. You remember when he called Wild Bill and claimed that Wild Bill was gay because he had a male roommate at one point?
Yeah.
Isn't he like talking to his male roommate here?
I think Trumpster Bob is gay.
Okay. You're right. That's how he knew.
Holy in the fuck is he? Why? Why did he just dice a banana to put it in the blender? What in the actual motherfuck is going on?
He doesn't want to make. He doesn't want to clog the blender.
So I want to put a little coffee. I mean, not coffee. A little water. Banana. You can just kind of guesstimate how much you might want, how much you might feel like you need.
I'm so mad right now.
Why add water to it?
Why any of this? I've never been as offended by anything Cobes has done as I am by this right now.
I've done these videos before like this, so bear with me.
Is he trying to make like makeshift ejaculate?
Okay.
But yeah, he works for he works freelance for Bad Dragon these days. Yeah.
Now you're gonna put your Bad Dragon Herkimer 9000 up to your lips and pour the banana concoction right down the infusion line. Drink it up like it's a party fountain.
Hey Bob, everybody, T-Bob Love here. We're going to be working on our gag reflex, so we need an analog for the male semen.
Yeah.
liquid.
You know what? You know what? I just realized why Bob went to all that trouble to cut the banana the way he did. He wants. You know how there's like no ungay way to eat a banana. You're like always putting a phallic shaped thing in your mouth. He's like, no, gonna go through 1,000 steps to make this look less like a penis. Now I can enjoy my banana now that it looks like cum.
That is the one gay way not to eat it is to slice it up. You know,
you can tell.
Same with a cucumber.
Not even half of a banana. And then after that, what we want to do is, of course, pour in our coffee.
Of course.
Into our coffee maker. So I'm going to put the rest of the water into this cool coffee maker.
Into the cool coffee maker. Man.
That's a cool coffee
He's
maker.
using McDonald's pre-ground trash coffee. No.
I wonder if it's given to them by like the food bank locally or something.
I have no idea. I don't even know. I don't know the full story about this house.
It's got to have some weird halfway Regency to it. Stephen Andrews says McDonald's coffee is fine.
Nope.
Might be. I don't know. I don't drink coffee. Nope. The fact that it's from McDonald's just triggers me because I want to be wearing my Nazi McDonald's uniform and or Nazi Wendy's uniform. Hugo Boss.
You guys don't know good coffee. I'm sorry.
Turn it on. Voila. Well, if I was...
Anything beats Folgers, and I honestly don't even think Starbucks is that good. There's plenty of way better places to buy coffee in this area than Starbucks, for sure.
Really a professional at this, I would have had my coffee pre-made, but I'm not.
Yeah, Cherry Street Coffee. Yeah, I've been to Cherry Street Coffee before.
So I got to wait for the coffee to brew before I can enjoy my banana coffee, right? So as you can see, my coffee's brewing. It looks like I got just enough coffee to go ahead and make my first batch here. So let me go ahead and do that. So I'm going to pour in about half coffee. And I'm going to kind of mix that in there real good. Oh, yeah. See, it floats. It floats up real good until it gets mixed in real good.
See how it gets all chunky?
What is this? Why?
Banana coffee. Why not? Why not?
And it'll go down to the bottom. Then I'm going to come over here, put my lid back on my coffee here.
I wonder if they have like a maid or something at this house.
Banana flavor juice that I just blended up. It's nothing but water and banana. And I'm going to mix that in with my coffee. And I still got enough for another cup of coffee. Check that out. And that, guys, is how you make banana coffee. It is that easy.
It's that easy.
I was totally distracted. Somebody from the fucking chat sent me a picture of Trumpster Bob's dick again.
Why?
Because they want me to see it. And
oh God.
There it is.
Also, another recommendation that I have, something you should try at least once: Ghost Alley Espresso. It's very good.
Sounds like it's for gothic bad boys, sexy goth bad boys.
It's just like it's right next to the gum wall. Actually, it's a really little hole in the wall.
You know that civet coffee where you eat this coffee?
That shit is very expensive. Yeah, it's the poop coffee.
They do a capybara coffee where they take capybara shit beans and they make a nice capybara coffee. It's cute.
Wrinkly ass old man penis. God damn it.
What is this?
Uncle Dong. Your man's got away with the words.
If you listen, if you see a girl, if you see a liberal girl with a bulge in her pants, never mind. I don't want to go with this one. No,
oh my God, yes.
If you see a conservative girl with a bulge in her pants, it's a gun. Because she has a small penis. Your Uncle Dong is recessed innie. You have an innie dong.
I swear to fucking God.
I heard they don't have outie belly buttons anymore.
They don't?
Yeah, like the whole reason people had outie belly buttons was it was like a preference from the doctor when it twisted up your belly button after your umbilical cord was cut. And they all do like the same procedure now. Is that true? Was I lied to?
I mean,
has there been an eradication of outie belly buttons?
I don't know. Well,
I haven't seen one in a really long time, if I'm being honest. Yeah. I don't know.
I assume they just disappeared because fat people got fat.
Yeah,
and
that's usually the reason why people lose an outie belly button. Unless you get a hernia, and then a hernia it'll make you a new outie. Yeah. It sounds like we're talking about cars.
No, an innie or an outie.
An
talking about belly buttons. I heard outies are no longer a thing, and I want to know if that's true. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the second show officially of this week's cycle. We've done 5 shows in a row. We are over 50% of the way to our weekly goal. Tomorrow will be our last show of the week. Thank you so much to those of you that have been showing love all night and all week. It's been a hell of a time. We've been having a hell of a time.
I just looked it up. Let's see.
Uncle Dong gave me my first cigarette. Oh, no. What have we done?
It says here that
our belly buttons all start off the same way as an umbilical cord waiting to be cut and have the remains fall off, forming what we know as the belly button. About 90% of belly buttons are innies, while the other 10% are outies. It is a belief theory that the way a doctor handles the umbilical cord can influence how a belly button will develop. Doctors clamp several inches of the umbilical cord from the body, and once that falls off, the remaining piece cannot be manipulated or surgically changed. Perhaps there's a certain distance of clamped cord that is more likely to create an outie or vice versa. Since there's no evidence to prove this true, we cannot assume that this correlation equals causation. There is also a possibility that events are due to chance, and with this topic of belly buttons, it could possibly be that outie belly buttons are more rare and are a product of chance. Was that Scientology website?
No, it's like a
Are you looking at more
university.
dicks, Jeff?
Yeah, it was a roulette apparently, and it was more than just Trumpster Bob. There was quite a few of them. The only one that got me was Shanimal. That's the only one that got me.
Shanimal?
Yeah.
Shanny for Christ got a pee-pee, or was it JJ?
I don't know what to classify that as.
Was there just a fucking Sarlacc pit?
Oh my God.
Shout out to the Return of the Mandalorian, by the way.
Listen, it's just all Majora. It's all Majora.
Majora's Mask situation?
Sure. Yeah.
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 All right.
Draw it for us? Okay. Yeah.
Wanted to check this out. This is such bullshit. You know how they were going to forgive a bunch of student loan debt for everybody?
Of course.
There were a few people that made too much money and didn't qualify for it, so they sued to stop everyone else from getting it. And, where is it? Here it is. Oh, no, that's not it.
New at 10.
I wanted to ask you about the student loan arguments that were before the Supreme Court yesterday, and many justices seem to take issue with the program. And I wonder if the administration has a message to
Is that motherfucker
those who have had loans
identify as Tim Burton?
Kind of in limbo
What's going on
now.
here?
And given the skepticism from a lot of the justices, are there any plans from the administration in the event that you don't have the authority?
What are you doing?
Struck down?
So a couple of things.
Nothing.
We, the plan that we put forward in August is the plan that we have, right? Which is also a plan that you heard the Solicitor General really defend in a very strong and powerful way yesterday, and that's our plan. And we believe in our legal authority to get that done, to get it implemented. And let's not forget, it is a good plan. It is a plan that's going to give American families, middle-class families who truly need it, individuals who truly need it.
It was literally like a couple guys in Texas that sued to stop everyone else that qualifies from getting, I think it was like $20,000. That's some people's entire student debt.
You know, it only takes a couple guys in Texas to start a revolution or a KKK.
Up to $20,000 in relief to give them, again, a little bit breathing room for, again, working families and middle-class Americans. You heard, I don't know if you saw this, but Secretary of Education sent out an email to borrowers yesterday and basically saying that we have their back. And I think that's also very important. That's the message that we sent to borrowers who need this opportunity right now as we're coming out of this pandemic, going through this pandemic, a little bit, again, of breathing room.
I saw a chart on Twitter the other day that showed how they've inflated the price of tuition. Like, it was going up every year anyway, but it's gone up like so drastically high. It's ridiculous.
Isn't that what happens every time the government gives like endowments and opportunities? They just raise the price, so
they raise it anyway.
Yeah, I mean, it's not raised like in accordance to any other real metric. It's just done because they can.
We have to stop going to school. We need everybody to be collectively the same type of stupid, and then they can't stop us. If everybody is equally dumb, this is mental socialism. They can't hire people better than us because we're all dumb. So we all deserve the job. Think about it. Think about it. It's mental socialism.
Mental socialism. That's it's a fascinating concept. I mean, I don't know. There's really big problems with like. Yeah.
See, compare it to the actual inflation. Like the actual inflation is a very slow slope, but then there's tuition inflation.
You should be able to sue the education system if you don't get anything worthwhile out of your education.
In the UK,
unless you took liberal arts.
In the UK, they passed laws to cap tuition for public universities.
Oh, we definitely should do that here.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Like if you want to pay a crazy amount to go to Harvard and you can you can get in with good enough grades, then whatever, go ahead and pay a fortune. But public colleges that are like funded by the state, those should be capped off.
Okay. Yeah. Anybody who didn't have a dad that went to the same school as they did should be able to sue. I feel like if you're a legacy, you got your money's worth. Everybody else was sold a fucking dream.
I mean, what if you and your dad went to the same school but both flunked out?
What if me and my dad went to the same school and fucked the same bitches? That'd be so awkward. I'd be like, why do you smell like my dad? And she's like, same bitches. I'm like, no.
Still smells like your dad? It's like,
me and my dad fucked the same bitches in college. No.
Got to be some stinky dick if it didn't wash off after a few years.
It's my dad.
I meant just the hypothetical dad in general.
Oh, okay, yeah, true.
I
concur.
This kind of shit's fucking crazy. Like college, medicine, like all these different things in which like regulation could objectively be a good thing. Increase access for everybody, be able to like get their healthcare, get their education if they want to. And it's always the same old fucking tired shit. The reason why it doesn't happen is because of lobbyists and special interest group, these ultra powerful fucking people. The government doesn't do anything. They just bend over backwards, let them drill in the ass, and then make them vote the way they want to vote. Meanwhile, like we waste these taxpayer dollars on, 197 fucking people in Kansas. It's just fucking disgusting, dude. It's so dumb. I don't know. And it's always the same fucking excuses, too. Like, who are you going to fucking pay for it? Dude, fuck off. It's so dumb. So crazy. Maybe stop wasting money on stupid, pointless legislation, trying to abuse like a fraction of a percentage of the fucking population, and put it towards like helping people get a fucking education. You know.
You know who the highest paid state employee in Washington State is?
No.
The head football coach of Washington State University, and that's true in a lot. And that's true in a lot of states, especially like lower populated states. That's usually like the number one job if they have like a big university, and they're always making like like the coach of Washington State and UW. They both make over $1 million a year.
Oh yeah,
which is good because they don't pay the kids anything. So somebody's
that's the fucked up thing.
Somebody's got to get paid, right?
So like if you have a decent football program at your university, you make so much crazy money off of that. The school makes so much money, and the school is also subsidized by taxpayer dollars.
It's one of those things that's fucked up. Education is really important. It's really good, but college is a fucking scam, dude. It's a racket. It's a fucking racket.
College is fantastic if you plan on just using it to hump.
I mean, sort of.
Like, imagine all the money you're going to end up paying for prostitutes as an adult. It's nothing when you get it all for free at college.
I mean, you could go to college to a campus right now and get laid.
If you do one prostitute a week as an adult for like $1,500 a week, like one night, $1,500, you know, that's way better than a year's worth of college tuition, where you could have like 2 sexes a week in college.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, you don't actually...
Don't let the hate consume you.
Don't let the hate consume you.
I'm such a happy person these days, too. Like, I do come across as really bitter and angry about a lot of this stuff, and I am, because, you know, there's nothing you can really do to make a big change about it, so it is frustrating. But, you know, when I'm not on Twitter or thinking about this, I'm usually pretty happy.
Do you worry that Andrew Tate's going to have more change than all of the colleges combined?
More change? What do you mean?
You need those sky
He'll
high
do
tuition
more
fees to incentives military service.
Don't even get me started on that
That's a
one,
fact,
bro.
Seth Looks.
Right, yeah. Dude, for real.
Do you think Hustler University, Andrew Tate, will have more actual change than all the other universities combined?
Oh, God.
If they push the status quo, he at least pushes some sort of change, not as good change.
I mean, it's not real either, you know, and it's just teaching people to be angry and bitter all the fucking time.
Which has been a moneymaker in the last decade.
Oh, dude. No, I mean, listen, like, I know this is a little off topic or anything like that, but shit like Jordan Peterson, Andrew Tate, all these like fucking self-help, you know, people, it doesn't matter what form it is, if it's like the fucking Hustler University or it's like ways to improve your life, all of it, like, first and foremost has to rely on convincing you that your life sucks or that there's something wrong with the world and that things are bad, and only if you buy into like what I have to sell, you know, like I'm the one who can fucking save you. That's like how they do it. Like, the whole thing is based off of convincing you that either there's something wrong with you or there's something wrong with the world, and everything is actually bad.
That's been the modus operandi for Americana since the 1960s. Madison Avenue created the problem to sell the solution. It's been that way. Mac makeup, everything. It's been that way about everything.
Mm-hmm. And the fucking at the same time was the beginning of the wellness industry, and they do the same exact tactics.
What was it? The 1960s, they were introducing ketamine treatments, and then for mental health, and then they completely eradicated them until recently. They're bringing them back.
Were they doing a lot with ketamine? I know they were doing like MDMA and shit. And
yeah, it was pretty. I don't know. I watched a Boogie video today, and I think he said something about it. So I blame it on Boogie if I'm wrong.
People in their Verizon of the world. They want everyone to be the same on their eyes. They want communism without communism, in a sense.
Well, yeah, communism is the idea that everybody has what they need, and capitalism is that everybody has what they need and one person is giving it to them. right? Like one person benefits on everybody having what they need, where as opposed to everybody benefiting.
I mean, it depends. I guess like if you're talking, there's different forms of communism too. If you're talking about like base level nationalistic communism, it's everybody pitching in for the sake of like, you know, this larger idea of themselves. But it almost always ends up with some form of like authoritarianism, you know, strongman leader, that kind of shit, which is why it's fucked.
What about
Somebody
those?
said ketamine is.
Oh yeah, the ketamines. The ketamines.
Yeah, somebody said ketamine's being used for depression here in Oregon. I don't think that's true, because I think that's psilocybin. I'm pretty sure it's psilocybin.
I believe there's ketamine.
Laws for.
Ketamine's all over being used for depression right now.
I'm pretty sure there's ketamine Yeah, there are in Seattle. I just looked it up.
Yeah,
there's like a clinic.
I think it's all over
Bellevue.
the United States now.
Yeah, because that's a legal pharmaceutical, so they can prescribe that in any state.
Yeah, it's not a Schedule 1 like psilocybin or LSD.
Yeah, ketamine
shit was. Okay.
But
Yeah,
the
I guess
National
so,
Institutes
sure.
of Health.gov has an article up,
that's-
Ketamine, 50 Years of Modulating the Mind.
Well, that's awesome. Thanks for letting me know that it's. Thank you, Dream, for letting me know. I didn't know that. That's cool.
Yeah, we've been using ketamine, and we eradicated it for the last 30, 40 years for depression and stuff. We just hit it because, like transgender people in Kansas, depression had to be holocausted. What was the word? Genocided. Whatever horrible word it is. It wasn't allowed to exist because it was all a delusion in your own mind.
Yeah. I listen. If it also all drugs are kind of decriminalized here in Oregon, so like if that means there's going to be more ketamine around.
That's why I've been
amazing.
That's why I've been ordering these microdose packets, because this company will ship here. Like I found a company online that just sends me like these psilocybin capsules, and they work.
Oh, that's cool.
They work really well. I wanted to show you this. This is a video where Biden says he's going to raise taxes.
On March the 9th, I'm going to lay down in detail every single thing, every tax that's out there that I'm proposing. And no one over 400, making less than $400,000 is going to pay a penny more than taxes.
Ah, God, dude, he sounds so heavily medicated. I don't know what it is with his mouth that caused him to slur his speech. I don't know if he's
adrenochrome.
Something like that. I don't know.
I need some of that.
But lay it out by March 9th, everything, and what we're going to cut, what we're going to spend, what we're going to do. Just lay it on the table. And I've invited them to Republicans. They should do the same thing. Lay their proposal on the table. And we can sit down. And we can agree and disagree. We can fight it out. I want to make it clear. I'm going to raise some taxes. Many of you are billionaires out there. You're going to stop paying at 3%. Not a joke.
They're like, yeah, it is. You're going to be gone, Biden. You can't even get the fucking the college shit off the ground.
They're like, what if an accident happens to you, Biden?
Yeah, you're going to trip and fall over the fucking Blair White's sexy penis.
Yeah, that a billionaire, we used to have 600 or so in the United States of America. Now there's 1,000. The idea that they pay at a rate that is lower than the rate of a police officer, a school teacher, a nurse, is bizarre. But the MAGA Republicans are a different breed of cat. No, they're not bad or good. They're very different. There's kind of like, in my view, sort of two Republican parties. They voted 3 times to keep paying America's bills, to pay the debt without preconditions, without a crisis. If they paid the American debt then, why in God's name are they threatening not to pay it now?
Good point.
Yeah, I would love for DeSantis or someone else to steal the nomination from Trump and then have Trump run on his own and then have all 3 of them running. That would be so fucking hilarious. It would be
fucking great.
It'd be a crazy shit show, depending on who gets the Republican nomination. Or, you know, another one is Biden might just not run. I mean, I don't know.
He might not. I don't know. It's the main thing is really going to come down to like what Trump is, because Trump's not going to get the fucking nomination. He's not going to get the nomination. We will never know what the wheeling and the dealing goes on behind the scenes, but there's no fucking chance that establishment Republicans are going to not do everything they possibly can to keep Trump from being the nominee. They're going to try everything, and they're going to try and push DeSantis. And then it just comes down to, well, what's Trump going to fucking do about it? You know?
Oh, he'll run on his own.
I hope he does.
Oh, he will. Oh, yes, he will.
I fucking hope he does.
He absolutely
hope
would.
So.
I mean, like, do you think he would? Do you think if someone managed to steal the nomination from him, that he would just run on his own?
If he can make money off the campaigning.
He will.
So
He'll still be able to fundraise. He'll
It's a
still
great
get to do all
grift.
the cool rallies where everyone sucks his dick.
It's a great grift for him. I mean,
yeah.
I think he kind of has to run because, like, how many lawsuits is he? Lawsuits and criminal charges that he's like facing. There's a fuck ton. The only way he's gonna save his ass is if he gets back into office. Like, that's the only fucking way. Otherwise, I think he's gonna get sued into oblivion. If not, maybe actually see some consequences. But that's a lot less likely.
Here's DeSantis.
For Saunders at the Capitol, a new book on the shelves, travel to key primary states, as well as a regular session jam-packed with his priorities. It sure looks like Florida's Governor Ron DeSantis is running for president, but that's something he continues to dismiss. Governor Ron DeSantis all over Fox News Tuesday morning.
The woke left states are failing, and the freedom-focused states are succeeding.
Promoting this, the courage to be free.
That's not even
Florida's
true.
I mean, unless we're
That's not
talking
even
about
true.
the idea that they're losing their grip on abortion rights, like they're like we can't keep Florida and Texas from taking away women's rights here in Washington State and Oregon, right? Like our states, we're doing great in our states. California, everybody talks shit on California. It's doing pretty good. Everybody hates Newsom, but if you look at the actual numbers, they have a whole lot of fucking money to waste down there.
Oh yeah, Newsom's a really good businessman. I mean, I'm not a big fan of him as a politician, but he knows how to fucking run an economy, one of the most powerful economies in the fucking world. Blue states regularly are having to subsidize red states. Red states, if you go per capita, have horrific fucking crime rates. But they don't really want to point like at that metric, et cetera, et cetera. This whole thing with like a national divorce and shit, Marjorie Taylor Greene, all that kind of shit. I can tell you exactly what you'd get. A whole lot of red states starving and having no access to shit. Like, it's just so crazy. It's cringe. This vapid blowing smoke up people's asses that red states are just doing awesome, and they're not. They're fucking objectively not. It's weird.
We definitely subsidize the red states. Isn't that federally? Oh, yeah. There's a lot of federal money that goes to the red states.
Yeah,
they're not in the black themselves.
Here's a violent crime map of the U.S. The darker the red, the higher the violent crime rates are. The only blue state that's like really high is New Mexico. Or I guess Alaska is red. Yeah, but I'm talking like the dark red, like there's Louisiana, Arkansas, Tennessee are the highest,
and
then
not
DC.
Fair. It's not fair to look at Alaska as so dark red.
It has a low population.
It's a low population, and it's like 4-1 men to women, and men are like so much more violent anyways.
And there's a lot of poverty there too.
If you're gonna have a big land full of men, I want them to be violent.
But
I don't want a bunch of pussy ass men running around.
New Mexico also New Mexico also has a low population. Like, look at the size of it. It only has like 2 million people that live there.
Yeah, farmers in Iowa complain about socialism when corn is the second biggest socialist fucking subsidy in the United States behind the military.
Yep.
America's like military, corn, billionaires.
Plastic.
That's who they take care of.
Blueprint for America's Revival. It's a new book he penned and partly narrates.
People have clearly responded to our leadership in Florida.
Corn is so fucking powerful in America that we put it in our gasoline.
A little bit.
We're like, well, we need to do something about this fucking corn.
Oh, dude.
Let's just mix it into gasoline.
John Kerry, part of his platform running for president was like, we need to switch to ethanol. Like, he was talking about fully ethanol-powered cars.
Yeah, because my guy's with the fucking Heinz family. He knows where that corn money
You know what
goes.
else they buy up? Yeah, high fructose corn syrup to put in their catsup.
Yeah.
Yep.
He knows where the money goes.
Yep.
Also a blueprint for a presidential bid. The governor remained vague about his future when asked.
We're going to do some stuff on the book, tell the story of Florida, and then
He's
deliver
running.
a lot of victories. And then
He doesn't want to waste this momentum. Another 4 years could go by, and he might not be the prominent figure that he is anymore.
Oh, he's running.
Yeah.
Settles from that, we can see where things lay.
The launch only furthers already sky.
If Trump just steamrolls him in a debate and he just takes it like most of the other people that Trump has gone up against, then he'll be a flash in the pan.
I think
he might take the running mate spot, though.
I think he might be all right, though, because everybody in Florida who was about that life liked that he kept Florida open. Vince McMahon was like, yeah, we're going to have WrestleMania in Florida this year.
They ended up having it there, but behind locked doors.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever heard him attack Trump. I've heard Trump take little pokes at him, giving him a nickname and that kind of stuff. Ron DeSanctimonious is what he called him.
Yeah.
I thought Ron DeSantis said a couple of choice words about Trump. I'm trying to remember.
He might have had
it was
a
like
couple.
1 week.
I think what he's doing is going to wait as long as he can not to get in it with Trump, because the less time he has to spend going against Trump, the more he can swoop up the Trump supporters if something crazy were to happen to Trump, like him not getting the nomination, not getting the party nom. He could be like, man, honestly, I like Trump. I supported Trump in his last presidency. If they're not going to nominate him, you have to get me. You have to get me.
I would think he would be the reason he doesn't get the nomination, because the primaries will happen, and that'll decide. And the only person who's committed to running against him is Nikki Haley, who's not going to get it.
No. Yeah, I guess so. Trump called him a groomer.
Oh, wow.
And DeSantis responded with, I spend my time delivering results to the people of Florida and fighting against Joe Biden. That's how I spend my time. I don't spend my time trying to smear other Republicans.
Yeah, he might be able to steal the people that Trump is a little too abrasive for. He might be able to sway enough of them. There are enough of them that are kind of tired of him. There were enough people. So
the people who want, basic human rights stripped from people that they find icky, but they want you to be polite about it.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. So he could steal it, and then Trump will run on it. See, that's the thing. I wonder how many people in the Republican Party hope that Trump doesn't get it, but then they realize Trump's just going to run anyway and split part of the vote. He'll take, he could take like 20, even if he just took like 25% of the Republican vote, it would guarantee a Democrat victory at that
We should
point.
just abolish the Electoral College altogether. Fuck it.
The Electoral College is the only way Republicans are winning these days.
I
That's
know.
like the only way they could really win.
We have the technology to go far beyond a fucking electoral college.
Oh, yeah.
I kind of understand why it existed 200 years ago.
Well, that's how I feel about the measurement system we use. Like, we should be on the metric system, but we won't do it because it's tradition. Here in America, we don't like to make new rules.
We should
Except
make
for
new
temperature.
rules.
I'm cool with metric, just not temperature. I want to keep Fahrenheit. I
New
like
rule.
Fahrenheit.
New rule. You have to measure by your own dick's length, and you can't lie about it.
What if you're an Uncle Dong?
I mean, shit.
Sandwich dick fart.
There you go. There you go.
High anticipation that DeSantis is running once this year's legislative session concludes in May.
Florida is leading the nation.
And the book comes on top of this new ad from his political
How old
committee
is he?
and
Like
reporting
40?
that he'll soon be traveling to Iowa, New Hampshire, Nevada,
Is he like late 40s or something?
and perhaps other crucial primary states.
If the governor isn't positioning for a presidential run, I'm not.
Maybe early 50s?
Is this guy
44?
Oh wow! He's not that much older than me, dude. They like we haven't had a young person in the running to be president in a long time. So
is this the guy that reviews e-girl fart jars on YouTube?
You met the I see what you did there.
He looks
you just did the fart.
He looks like the guy that reviews e-girl fart jars on YouTube.
You completed the trifecta. Sandwich dick fart.
I've got to do it every night. Every night, I have a quota.
Not sure what he's doing.
That's John Thomas, who created the first DeSantis presidential PAC, Ron to the Rescue, in hopes the governor will announce. Thomas now has 10 staffers on board and about $20 million in commitments if a run happens.
We fully anticipate that if and when he does get in this race, he will not only be a top contender, but he will be a front runner for the Republican nomination.
Can I just say, like, okay, that guy that we just saw on camera, he kills homeless people for fun, just so we can feel something.
You think he's a killer?
Dude, that was like...
I thought he was more subservient.
Yeah.
It's the governor for they
Oh, no,
say,
that's
but
why he does it. That's why he does it. After Ron DeSantis beats him with a shoe every fucking night, on his walk home, he finds a homeless person and he strangles them while staring into their fucking eyes.
See, I thought the
cursing
closest
them,
thing he
calling them
got to
Ron.
death. I thought the closest thing he got to death was bug chasing, and he goes around craving pause loads.
on his future and not the states, leaving Florida with an affordability crisis.
Miami now ranks as the least affordable housing market in the entire country.
How is that possible? Like more than New York City? Or like Hawaii, like real estate's really expensive there. Or I don't know. I had no idea. Miami.
Well, Miami's where everybody goes to retire, right? That's the money going down there buying up all the property.
Well, that's part of the reason why Hawaii is really expensive.
And also Miami is the fucking front ground on cocaine.
A lot of people retire in Arizona too, but it's not as expensive to live there.
Is on Ron DeSantis.
The new chair of the state Democrats, Nikki Fried, vowed to revolutionize the party in coming months, targeting
It's nice to see
She's
Olivia
juggling
Wilde.
balls with her hands.
DeSantis and
This is
fellow
Olivia
Republicans.
Wilde running against Ron
Democrats
DeSantis?
suffered stunning defeats in the midterms, not to mention Fried's own primary loss for governor.
What you'll see now is a Democratic
Yeah, I
Party
think
that
so.
is going to stand united to take on.
I heard the mayor of Chicago lost an election. I didn't even know they were having an election. That's such a weird time of year to be having an election.
Headstrong to take you on, headstrong to take on anyone. Jeff, I gotta say, earlier tonight, our friend John from Finland sent some messages to you, and I was gonna read them because they weren't $5 and above, and we were having a conversation at the time. But for some reason, I don't see them in my timeline history. But I do know that there was some messages there, so I'm sure that we should have read them in time before they got deleted by all the other messages and donos that came through. Thank you guys again for the continued support of the show. Much appreciated.
I'm sure whatever those messages were, they were very sisu. So
There was, I don't know what that means, but they were, yeah.
Yes. I need to see that fucking movie. Sisu. Have you seen the trailers for that yet, Billy?
I do think I saw the trailer, and I cannot remember anything from it.
It's like an old grizzled Finnish farmer in 1945 or something.
Yes.
Just like John Wick murdering Nazis.
Yeah, it's from the people who made John Wick, too.
Some of the producers.
Yeah, from the producers of John Wick. It's John Wick's dad murdering Nazis, basically. Granddad, great-granddad. Grandpa Wick. It was pretty good looking flick. I'm pretty sure I saw the trailer on your page.
Yeah?
I think that's where I saw
I can't wait, man. I cannot fucking wait. It's going to be dope.
Have you seen
It's actually
Cocaine
already
Bear
out.
yet?
No. Have you seen it?
Yeah. Elizabeth Banks directed it. It's Ray Liotta's last performance.
Yeah. Well, go ahead, please. Yeah.
I think that it was done very well. It's a very well done shit movie.
How do you think it ranks to like Piranha 3D?
I think Piranha 3D is probably like an overall shit movie, and this was actually just like a really good shit movie. Like it's really well done.
I heard
you got to see Piranha 3D. It's so fucking great and well done.
I heard they just greenlit James Gunn directing Steamboat, the motion picture.
Beautiful.
It's part of the Shazam trilogy.
Beautiful. It's about
Steamboat?
We showed it to Vosh last night. It was like this racist sidekick that Shazam had back in the 40s. He basically looked like a monkey. Like they drew him that way. Right here.
Oh wow.
Yeah. That's actually one of the better drawings of him, to be honest with you. There's other ones. He looks way less human. It's very
impressive.
Yeah.
You know what's actually kind of impressive about that cover though is like that's an accurate depiction of how a fucking like cartridge and bullet kind of works.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
And Shazam's so strong, he's holding the casing.
It took me a minute to realize that was going on because I was distracted by the racism.
It was going to they're shooting it at Germany.
I'm like,
too.
why is he swinging a hammer towards Germany over the ocean? I'm like, oh, I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
Now I see.
Attaboy, Steamboat. And the way they would write his dialogue was like very, very bad. Like very bad. Yeah. Like the dialect he would use and everything.
I'm sure it's pretty coded language.
It's from the 40s, right?
Yes.
Yeah, what the fuck do we expect? It got canceled in the 40s for being too racist.
Oh, after about 4 or 5 years of publication.
It's about as long as it takes for shit like that to get shut down. MAGA lasted 4 to 5 years.
It's not still going on?
Nah, I mean, Trump isn't. Trump's out of office.
Like a black Uncle Dong.
I think Uncle Dong. I think we've gone full circle jerk here.
Shit.
Jeff.
Yeah, what's up, bud?
If you could teach the world just one thing, would it be that we're all okay? And not to worry because worry is wasteful and useless in times like these?
I don't think I'd teach anybody to not worry, but I would try and have an optimistic message that, we can do it, we can make it. Yeah. I don't like people being I don't like the idea of people being despondent and losing hope, But I think it's important for people to pay attention to.
Do you like Jewel? Has she been canceled yet?
Jewel, like the singer?
Yeah, that was a Jewel lyric that I was saying.
Oh, was it?
And I was
and
I was wondering if nobody likes Jewel, if I'm the only one
she's
who heard
good.
that when I was young and lived my life by her fucking lyric. Is that weird to me?
No.
No. I think it's a laudable statement, I'm checking to see if she's been canceled. Hang on.
I used to work at a zoo, but the zoo had like a big theater where musical acts would play. And one day I was working there and Jewel was walking around because she was playing at the theater. So I saw her in person.
Did they let her walk around with one of the orangutan?
No, she didn't walk in. She was walking around like the human part of the zoo.
Because if I ever did like a show at the zoo, I would want to have like an animal there with me, like
They
an
don't
animal
do that.
buddy.
They don't do
I
that.
like demand an animal
They don't
buddy
want-
comes with me.
Yeah, they really
If
don't wanna
Elvis
do that.
Elvis could probably demand one. They'd have him with like a tiger or something.
Elvis died a very long time ago.
They'd let him get away with some shit like that.
I don't think they would let him get away with it now. Well, they'd be like, "Oh my God, you're still alive," but
Yeah, no,
Elvis
I
is in our
think
chat.
nobody ever canceled Jewel. That's cool.
Thank goodness I can tell everybody how much I love Jewel.
I worked at the zoo when I was in high school, Hawkeye. We didn't have cell phones then, so no, I couldn't have taken a picture
Jeff,
of her.
How do you feel about the current generation trying to cancel Amy Winehouse?
What?
They're trying to cancel Amy
She's
Winehouse
dead.
right now. They're trying to cancel her.
Hey, can we do a tip train really quick? Help us out because we're going into show number 3 tomorrow immediately. If you could help us out with Egghead. Are you out there, Egghead? Help us out with a tip train, and I'll play your fucking promo.
Egghead's pissed.
Financially gatekeeping.
I'll play it no matter what, but I'll play it right now. See, Egghead has no patience, so if I do that, he'll be like, "Oh, Jesus! Oh, golly!" And paging Dr. Egghead. Paging Dr. Egghead. I have Art Van Gro's views on firearms, but then
please.
She starts, but then she just turns it into like a hit piece on her ex-husband. It's interesting.
Morning thoughts, and it's going to be an unpopular opinion, and you know what? Story of my life, you know.
To try.
I just saw an SI advance go up that a 14-year-old boy was shot. This should not be our common news. We should not be mourning the death of young children or adults or fucking anyone due to gun violence.
I agree. If you die, you die. You should have shot first.
I'm sorry, we shouldn't. My opinions on guns are going to be a little bit different probably than yours because I am born and raised in New York City, and unless you are literally a criminal, which criminals always have guns, doesn't fucking matter, or an officer.
I'm penny this while half asleep. Tip train for the sleep, I mean, sweet wah.
Ah, sleepy egghead.
Yeah.
Little sleepy eggers. Little eggy sleepins.
Wake up, Egghead. Wake up.
Nobody has firearms. Nobody in New York City. I've never seen a gun till I left New York City. Stay with me here. I'll be right back.
Scammers. Thank you, Roman.
If you don't care about people going around waving their guns, shooting people up, then just keep scrolling. This isn't for you. If you're open-minded and you just want to hear of an alternative perspective, then stick around and just listen. So in my honest opinion, like I said, I didn't grow up with guns. It wasn't something that was a reality, right? It was, if we want to talk energetics and we want to talk
energetics,
physical realities, that wasn't my physical reality. I saw them on officers' sides, and I had heard that, for example, like Jersey Street and Staten Island, don't go down on Jersey Street, they have guns. And a lot of friends of mine would get jumped at the train stations nearby those areas, but never, ever, 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 ever did I ever see a firearm. When I was growing up, I never heard of the school shootings. I also never watched the news. So, still bear with me.
So, okay. So like you're wait. Her entire perspective is I am incredibly sheltered and privileged to never have to deal with gun violence, and that's going to inform my opinion of why nobody should have fucking guns.
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah.
Oh, it goes
fucking stunning.
It goes further.
I was at West Virginia University and taking my prereqs for forensics. I wasn't even in forensics at this point. I wasn't even 21. I was at Mutz, the old Mutz, the original Mutz that got knocked down. And
I've almost nobody would know about the Mutts in West Virginia.
Do you know about the old Mutts?
No. I don't know about the old Mutts. I don't know about the new Mutts.
I still know who the person is to date, actually. I wound up becoming friends with them, ironically. Weird. They pulled out a gun while drunk, because in West Virginia and a lot of other states, you're allowed to drink while having a fucking firearm on you.
It's an open carry state, I believe. Yeah. I believe West Virginia's open
we talk
carry.
about that being a goddamn fucking problem here. Anyway, he pulled it out.
So Oregon.
I don't want to get in trouble for objects here, right? Like I did last time with the knife. I got in trouble and then got locked up. He pulled it out and started waving it and threatening that he was going to shoot me with it. And I stood there because I'm really good under the spot. Not after. I'm a bad post processor. But on the spot, usually people who have trauma are really good.
Do you think there should be like, kind of like how there's like a blood alcohol level for driving? You think maybe there should be one for being armed? Because how effective of a shooter are you going to be when you're all drunk? You might end up shooting the wrong person or misjudging the situation very badly.
I'm a fucking gun nut. I have
know.
many guns, and I'm very pro Second Amendment. But unironically, yeah, I think if you're too drunk to drive, you should at least by then also have some degree of way to secure your firearm, and you should not have it on you. If you're drunk enough that you'd kill somebody with your car, you could kill somebody with your gun. Fucking lock it up, put it away. There is the problem of like, should we make that a law, and like the problems with cops enforcing that, the way they can sketch the rules. So there's like a lot of issues with whether or not that could be enforced. But ethically speaking, yeah, for sure, you should not have your fucking gun.
I think the question we have to ask ourselves is how many crimes are committed with guns while someone's drunk. How many times are guns discharged while drunk and lead to an injury or something? Is it a problem? Is being drunk with a gun actually a problem? Are there 197 people drunk with guns in Kansas right now? Can we eradicate them?
Right. It's
Princess Zoe says the amount of drunken gun violence is huge.
Yes.
Huge. Where is it huge?
Just in general, I think so. But the thing is too, the amount of gun violence in and of itself is huge. So you can also make this like logical argument. Well, if it's drunk, even if they're not drunk, it's huge. So should we legislate this then? And it comes down to, again, there's a lot of different aspects to the gun conversation.
At what point in time? You go ahead. Sorry, I was just gonna say, at what point in time do we just charge them with a crime whether they're sober or not? Like, if you're using a gun, do we really have to govern people drunk with guns?
Okay, so what you have to, when you're talking about this argument, you have to basically figure out whether or not the having guns at all argument and the reason for that could that supersede allowing people to then still maintain their firearms when they're drunk? And that gets to the very basic argument of, why do we let people have guns? Self-defense, it's a degree of liberty, their own rights.
I would also say, just like how people are more likely to fight when they're drunk, they're probably more likely to shoot when they're drunk too, right?
Right. So the real argument is like the reasons why we allow people to have firearms. Is the danger of them being drunk enough that then we can make a law that if you're drunk, you can't have your fucking gun on you? And I'm comfortable with that. But there are a lot of people that would not be comfortable with that because of how fervently they believe in gun ownership.
I think what we should do is, if somebody commits a crime with a gun and tests drunk, we just make the penalty far worse, like, than if you just used the gun sober. But I don't think we should keep people from having guns if they're drunk. I don't feel like we should punish the guy that goes to the bar with his 6-shooter, knowing he could have to walk 10 paces that day, as long as he walks home just fine. You never know when you got to walk 10 paces to defend your honor.
I don't know. I'd be very comfortable if there was some degree of like, if you're smashed, you should not have your gun, and you could face a pretty hefty penalty just to discourage it. But the big problem is, if somebody gets that fucking drunk and that fucking angry, it ain't gonna matter. They're gonna fucking go get their gun,
Tons of people go get their gun when they're drunk, and you know what happens? I get in trouble for murdering them.
True.
When you go to your trunk, you're digging your own grave, because I will not let you come into my club after popping the trunk. They call me Papa Trunk.
All right, I am back. Sorry about that.
She's back, guys.
I just, at 11:11, the glasses aren't going to work. At 11:11, I had a call for potential partnership for a full spectrum blend using albino penis envy and lion's mane and some cordyceps for when I start trip sitting, having some.
She wants to be a trip sitter. So I guess like she wants to watch people while they're tripping out.
Oh, okay.
Is what she wants to do.
If I had to hang out with Art Van Gogh while I was tripping, I might have a psychological freak out.
We can fix art Van Grow. Drunken peasants meet up.
A lot
at
of
the
them
scene
simp
life
for
conscious community.
you know what?
She doesn't need fixing.
You don't start out drunk. You would have to make a conscious choice to go to a bar with your gun and proceed to drink past your limit.
Yeah, right?
I never bring my car when I go out drinking. That way the temptation isn't there. Like, I don't have to worry about, just deciding to drive. So...
I love having guns. I love using them. I love hurting people. I love defending my honor. I love defending my tiny dick. This is all stuff that matters to me as an American, and I love drinking.
Really clean, reputable, tested people on my team. We do things right. Anyway, so yeah, voted out, waved it around. I was cool, calm, and collected.
I remember when I
not
did
get shot.
salvia with Joe, and I wanted Joe to do it with me so that he wouldn't be able to fuck with me while I was on salvia, but he blew his salvia out and fucked with me the entire time. I think I would trust Joe during a trip more than I would trust her. I don't know what the fuck she would do to trigger me, but something would happen. She'd be like, "Oh, you're doing it wrong. You gotta cup the balls." I'm like, leave, stop.
That was my first experience.
But I don't know.
In this same room.
Maybe she's great at it.
In front of a firearm. Then when I started my forensics degree, we played with guns all the time, in the lab and stuff like that. And then through some of my forensic certifications, I got to shoot and get my gun safety and all of that. Okay, so that's my personal background history with firearms, right?
All right, so here's her take on what should
now,
be done.
As a United States of American citizen, as
a United States of American citizen,
Earth, here are my opinions of how it should go down. Sincerely, I think that every fucking human being on all of planet Earth, no matter if they're in the military, fire department, police, FBI, CIA, I don't give a fuck what branch you work in. Every single person on planet Earth, every one of you, temporarily before you freak the fuck out and go crazy, hear the full idea out. Temporarily, everybody hands over all of their firearms. Their name's on it, they're gonna get it back, in theory. Honestly, especially after the last 3 years and everything that went down, this is very wise. These were my thoughts for a few years, but extra after everything now. So everybody hands over their firearms,
I am actually a genius.
And every single person who had a firearm and or wants to obtain a firearm now goes through the same exact process to get their firearms back or obtain one for the first time. That process includes, are you ready for this?
I'm so excited.
A psychological evaluation. I said it. Fucking said it. A psychological evaluation. More than one.
More than one.
But none of this is like unique or revolutionary. Like people have been talking about.
She
this
goes
for
further.
years.
Why didn't anybody think of this before, Jeff?
I don't know, man.
Evaluated and have to actually see a therapist, maybe for like a month.
Who's paying for it?
Before you can even apply to get your gun or get your gun back. So you have to get evaluated, psychological
Well, if
evaluation.
you're from New York City, you can afford it. I mean, what the fuck? Just
Oh man, in
be
New
from
York City, almost nobody can own a gun.
I know.
Yeah.
An actual psychologist, and then see a therapist and or a psychologist for about a minimum of 1 month, and then
No, and then.
No, and then.
in addition to the psychological evaluation and the 1 month of therapy, you would also have to take a physical evaluation, full blood work, check the motion of your arms. Can you fucking run if you have a firearm? Can you run?
I have the firearm, so I don't have to run. Stand your ground, fat ass. You ain't running nowhere. Pew 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 pew.
This is so fucking dumb. This
Jeff,
is really bad.
When you bust a cap on an enemy, do you go pew pew?
When I bust a nut between them titties, I go pew pew.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Never again will you treat me this way, Jeff.
But you know it's so good.
True.
Have an asthma attack 3 steps in while someone's chasing you. Self-defense should be a requirement without the firearm. In that month period, you take a self-defense class. So you are taught automatically that
You have to learn Kung Fu first.
You
You have
know-
to become at least a yellow belt
You know what would be
in
lit?
Kung Fu.
If we had drones for our guns that just floated around, and when we needed our gun, we could like whistle for our drone, and the drone comes, drops the gun right in our hand.
That's some like Batman stuff.
Yeah, that's what we need.
Yeah.
Have like an Uber gun drone.
Gun drone.
weapon
I'm
is
just-
a last case.
I'm having it in my head too. Like they need to get some dumb fuck president just like believes Art Van Gogh, and he's like, "This is what we're gonna do." People say we need to get our top man to teach the self-defense and design our curriculum, and so he gets like Steven fucking Seagal.
Yeah.
So every single person who wants to buy a gun has to do a Steven Seagal style class.
Oh God.
Scenario,
Learn the karate
last
all the
resort.
nurses and Art Van Gogh want to have sex with. You know, Art Van Gogh was picking berries in the last video.
She was like tickling the berries.
Do you think she wants to go berry picking with JRC3?
Or sorry, the worst
She
case
could
scenario.
teach him gun
last
control.
resort.
He could teach her
So you learn
karate.
self-defense.
She's gonna add another stipulation onto this
And
too.
so I was teaching you.
Of age?
And I felt my you watched that video. That was really good.
Alive.
I'm so glad I got that on camera. That would be another requirement. Your blood work would be part of that requirement, making sure you're healthy.
Yeah, gun owner requirements should just be King Cobra's requirements for sex.
I'm surprised she doesn't say like you need your chakras aligned or whatever, because she's really into that kind of stuff.
In addition to the psychological testing and the wellness testing, full physical, you will also be required to take a gun safety course by someone who is trained to do so. In that
I'm okay with
period of
that one.
time, once you have completed your your gun safety course, you will be required to go to the shooting range for a minimum of 1 month before you obtain your guns back and or your guns for the first time. In that month period, it's gonna be a busy month for you. Maybe it's a 3-month period in total, right? Maybe it's a 3-month period. You're also, in addition to doing your physical, doing your psychological evaluation, doing your gun safety handling, you're also going to get full biometrics taken. Yep, we're not just going to save those for the aliens. Sorry, I meant immigrants. Sorry, you guys don't understand anything.
God.
How about this? I have an
Dropped
idea.
the immigrant thing.
I have an idea for the guns. We will make everybody pass these psychological tests. They'll do all this gimmick, and once they do,
Jeff, I got fast food last night. It was expensive and made me wonder what the people in the woods eat. To train your slurs.
What do the people in the woods eat?
I'll be back.
We should have everybody
order
do
from
a
the dollar menu.
There is no dollar menu anymore. The dollar menu at McDonald's is buy one of the cheap burgers for $4 and get one for $1. A second one for $1. It's a buy one get one for $1 menu. Now the idea here would be they go through these steps, right? And once you go through these steps, you get paid $1,000 a month to just exist and carry your gun around.
It's a UBI. It's a gun UBI.
Yeah, and now you are effectively like all 24/7 security because you've gone through all these steps. And now you're a gun owner, but also you are expected to be a shooter when the time is appropriate. If you're there at the fucking high school picking up
And
your
cringe
girlfriend,
raps going on.
if you're there at the
Oh.
middle school picking up your fucking child, and someone's shooting up the fucking school
because
you
they heard
walk
cringe
in,
rap.
You walk in, you're like, I'm armed. I'm one of the. I get a stipend. I get my social security security system.
Billy the Fridge. Yeah, you go in and Billy the Fridge is the school shooter because they're doing cringe rap there.
I would never want to go to a school for cringe rap.
Full biometrics, meaning fingerprints, facial recognition, eyes, the way your body, how long your arms are. You guys have only dabbled with a few on your cell phone without realizing you guys were...
Omega says,
were
arm
only
the
giving
kids. It
us
takes
your
a good
biometrics,
kid with a
but in
gun
the lab,
to
right?
stop a
We
bad
wanna
kid with
actually
a
take your
gun.
biometrics in a
There you
lab.
go.
I'm not even part of this shebang. This is just my idea. But anyway, we would take your full biometrics, right? Now we got everything that we need in case you were to actually go out and commit a crime. But the thing is, your psychological evaluation and your physical evaluation right there and your history should determine, and a full background check, which they do a background check. All of that would determine if you are competent and healthy enough, mind, body, and soul, to even possess said firearm. And then
She thinks a water bottle is a firearm.
all of the above, you passed. Okay, so you passed all of your examinations, and you are technically eligible to obtain said firearm. At this point, you are not able to get your firearm back and or purchase a new one unless and only unless you have an inspector come to your house and inspect that you have a safe that is finger-proof lock only.
It's kind of like Asterios' weed or his girlfriend's weed.
Yeah, which is also an unreasonable system.
Yeah, it's so crazy. They had to buy a fingerprint lock safe so that she can have a little bit of weed to smoke because Asterios will just smoke it all.
Yeah, that's funny. It's interesting though that she's like she wants the cops to do this too. So I'll give her some credit. This is all lunatic shit. And you know, I would actually be in pain, but I am actually enjoying her tits flopping around in that shirt. Well, I am. I'm not simping for her.
Is
but,
it
like,
that
they
good
are
of
fucking
a?
hypnotic.
Is it that good of a shirt for that?
It's kinda.
I must be
it's subtle.
spoiled.
It's subtle.
You should see
But
my
anyway-
Instagram recommendations for boobs. They're all cartoonishly big. It's stupid. I don't know what's going on with Instagram. They're trying to trap
That's
me.
fair.
They're ruining regular boobs for me, and I hate it.
But I will give her some credit that she's like all of this. This includes literally anybody, including law enforcement. So I'll give her that credit.
Sorry, fingerprint proofed lock only. You heard that? Not a key, not a code your son, your kid, your daughter, your neighbor, your brother, your uncle, your grandpa could figure out and obtain said firearm and then go to school or the office and shoot people up like what we're seeing, right? Let's not repeat history. Let's take the problems and let's look at them. Let's see what we could tweak.
I do think that when parents fail to secure their gun and then their kid gets their gun and shoots a bunch of people, that the parents should be held responsible for that shit.
Oh, they should go to fucking prison. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I don't want to agree with that, but I do think there needs to be something done. It's fucking stupid that you would allow your kid to have access to that shit.
It's your fault if you didn't secure it. So I would say you're like an accomplice to a murder at that point.
That's why. That's why if I ever have kids, I'm sending my guns to college. They can graduate when my kids are out of the house. Psych, I'm going to have my kids strapped up hardcore. My kids are going to be savage little shooters. And they will never shoot up their school because one thing I learned when I was a kid and I was shooting all the time because my papa taught me how to shoot is respect. That's what these kids lack is respect. I don't want any more laws, and I tell you why I don't want any more laws. Because they should not affect me and mine because I'm better than these people who abuse them. And I fucking hate that I might have to bend my fucking knee because of these idiots that can't handle their own shit. That's what pisses me off.
That's
I'm with you, man.
It's peak narcissism.
It's not narcissism. I'm
Yes,
tired of
it is.
losing freedom to idiots.
There's always new laws passed all the time.
And none of them should ever apply to me.
There's nothing to gauge that you're actually better at it
I
than
should be
anybody
driving
else.
70 on the fucking highway with a bottle of Jack Daniels in between my
Okay.
lap. No seatbelt, no worry.
Okay.
Nobody else should do that. Nobody else should. I'm not saying that should be
That's
the,
where the narcissism is.
I'm just better.
That's
But
the
in this-
narcissism.
In this one instance, when it comes to gun laws, like I do kind of agree that they keep passing dumb laws and they don't fucking do anything. They're not going to make a fucking dent. Like nobody actually wants to solve the fucking problem anyway. And, you know, I do think that you should have to show some sort of competency. But I also think, like, firearm safety should be an elective class you can take in fucking high school. Like, I legitimately believe that that's something that we should do.
There's so many better
Other
things they
countries do
should.
it.
They don't teach you how to like apply for a loan in school or like
They
that.
should do that
how
too.
how
Yeah.
do your taxes? All
How
that
lit
kind of
would
stuff.
it be if they had armed hall monitors in school? Because the
Not
gun
outside.
club.
Yeah,
Nah,
I don't
fuck that.
like this.
Give me the gun club at school running around. If the chess club can run around with their big old stupid fucking brains out, the gun club should be able to have the shooter on deck. Because I'm worried about the kids that are scared about the school shooters. That's what I'm worried about. I want to solve this problem, Jeff. I want to solve school shootings.
I can tell you how to solve school shootings.
Please do.
Improve the material conditions of the United States of America.
Well, that's not going to happen. I say give kids guns.
I know. See, like, that's what I'm saying. And then you know, because nobody wants to solve the fucking problem. They never fucking do. And then people get really upset about it, which is normal, and they should get upset about it because it's fucking terrible. And they want to take guns away. And to which I've been able to, and I'm very happy about this, shut down every fucking conversation I've had for the past 5 months about people who wanted to take guns away with one simple statement. If you take away the guns, only cops have guns. Are you cool with that? I've never had one person say yes. Not one. That's it.
I just know if I didn't have access to guns, I would be able to find 1,000 other ways to be far more violent.
Well, I mean, sure, yeah, of course, but that's not even like that's not the point, though. You know, it's like if I just would not be comfortable with it. I would not be comfortable with it. I think it would be fucking weird. Take away the guns from the cops. Now we're talking.
Let's do. Let's watch Egged's video here because
Eggward's
this is pretty
video.
much the rest of it. She just like goes off about her ex-husband and talks about how he was an illegal alien and she got a raw deal in court because it was in Olympia, a sanctuary city, so they treated him better than her.
I miss Olympia.
I
used to do shows in Olympia all the time. It was great. I drank plum wine one night during a
plum
block
wine.
party in Olympia, and it gave me the shits. My stomach was rumbling because of the plum wine, and that's the first night I learned that whiskey ginger will settle your stomach. That solved a lot of drinking problems for me. Whiskey ginger was the fucking savior. Shout out to Olympia.
All right. Here's Egged's special announcement for everyone.
A word from the double champ.
So, Actual Mania came and went, and I told everyone what I was going to do. I did exactly what I told everyone. I went further than I've ever gone in my existence in Actual Mania, and I defeated Big Cat Scott Hansen to retain my Cringeaway Championship.
Right?
Now you're probably
Hansen.
wondering, where's Goldie?
He called him Hansen.
Where's she at? Where's the Cringeaway Championship? Well, I sent Goldie off to get a little facelift. Oh yes, indeed, she's actually getting a nice little redesign. So don't worry, she'll be back pretty soon. But
Is she not going to be able to pee
See,
in
that's
Kansas
a spoiler.
anymore?
Egghead could have waited until he got the new belt and then just unveiled it, but he even spoils his own surprises. Okay? Dude can't help himself. He had no patience. He has very little patience.
He's just letting the world know that he's got a whole
I'm
new
just saying,
belt
he
coming.
didn't have to tell anybody. He spoiled it. He's all
got
about
a
the
whole
spoilers.
new girlfriend
It's all
coming
about
in.
the spoilers.
Me with one other championship. I am still in possession of the King of Games Championship. Now, as long as I've been in this champion, I've never competed for this title at Actual Mania. I've never
No
defended
shit.
it. That needs to change. So, I came up with an idea. This month's Actual Mania, the equivalent to Roadblock. Egghead defends the King of Games Championship. Now, the person I'm choosing as my opponent, well, let's just say their ego has gotten a little too big for their head. Ain't that right, Ben? That's right.
Do you see him flinch after he called me out? Dude, look at this. Watch him flinch.
Ben. That's right.
Did you see that?
Why is he so scared of calling you out?
You know what? He's definitely afraid. One more time, everybody. Watch. He's like,
for their head. Ain't that right, Ben?
He had no idea what he had done until after he
he's
did
like,
it.
oh shit.
Right. I hereby challenge you for the King of Games Championship.
You're going to challenge me for your title? Is that what's going on?
Yeah, the problem is Ben has a fucking title he has to worry about. He's got a match. I have no idea what Egghead's doing here. It's moderately ridiculous. I'm pretty sure you got to go toe-to-toe with Simple Country that night.
I don't know if we know for sure yet.
We looked at the votes. Simple Country had won by one. One vote.
Huh. I don't know. We'll have to take a look.
The match type? Well, I wonder, how would you handle a Texas cringe match? The rules are simple. Live cringe off. No voting. The only way to win is for one opponent to say no more. That's it. The Texas cringe match is essentially the I quit match.
Am I being
I don't know.
He's challenging me for his title?
Can we quit? Can the audience quit? Because this sounds like it's going to get fucking boring.
I don't know. I kind of want to see a cringe. I want to see a cringe off. If this happens, can I referee?
I don't even know what Oh, hold on. Okay, listen. He's going to say what the rules are. Let's see.
Now, you're able to cook. You're able to do improv. Are you able to cringe live? Are you able to be as cringy as I am? Are you able to dig deep and do unexplained, disgusting things to win? If you win, well, I'll keep my word. And I will send you the King of Games Championship, and you'll become Benny Two Belts, the ultimate champion.
Egghead
in
farted?
actual
No,
Mania.
you did.
That is, however, if you're able to retain your world championship. What do you say, Ben?
Damn. I think a cringe off is like a live cringe off is actually a great idea. I don't know. Like, it sounds like you've already got your own match, so I don't know if that's going to work. Wait,
we haven't discussed the terms of the next.
Kyle.
Yeah. I mean, we haven't discussed the terms of the very next event. We'll figure that out. It's the first day of the month, so we'll be figuring that out really soon.
But I do think that in the future, like a live cringe off between two contestants would be fucking hilarious.
Oh, dude. Yes. There were a lot of pleasant surprises at the last event. So people are getting more and more creative. It's bolstering more and more creativity every time, and that was kind of the goal, getting all these people involved. I have another promo from someone. Here it is.
A fat guy goes to the doctor. His doctor tells him he has a weight problem. The fat guy tells him, "Yeah, I have a weight problem. I have a problem waiting for my food." So Auntie Jess and the Court of Owls has lost. Boo hoo hoo hoo. It looks like the court is no longer in session.
Hold on. Is this also Simple Country?
No.
Because look, he's in a wood paneled room.
This is the Court of Cringy Owls.
He's in a wood paneled room. We've never seen his face.
He's always talking through a mask.
I've never seen his face.
I've heard his voice. It's always muffled by the mask.
It could be the same guy.
Well, that would be me. Who am I, you might be asking? You can call me the Mad Clown.
How many other Batman villains are we going to go through? The Court of Owls, the Cringe Clown.
All right. Wow. Yeah, those are the only two I have right now. And, you know, guys, if you're interested in being part of the next event, you know, it'll be towards the end of this month. You can make some promos. I don't know if I'll play them. Well, you know, maybe I'll play them tomorrow if you make them and they're interesting, because, you know, we'll build towards something.
I would like to formally challenge somebody. I would like to formally challenge Doug fucking TenNapel to come and explain to me whether or not he finds Leviticus law more important than the teachings of his own Messiah. I would really like that. I would really appreciate that.
Should we try and see if Doug will give a 3-minute video for actual Mania?
Should we do it for actual Mania, or should we just do it live on the show?
If we can do it on the show. I gotta take a piss. I'm probably gonna jerk off while I piss too. I'll be right back.
Well, I gotta bounce. I gotta go to bed.
You gotta piss too? I called.
No, I
dibs.
gotta go to bed. Oh.
Okay, yeah. Now you gotta stick around till he comes back. Did Billy just show his butt to everybody?
Almost. Yeah, man. I want to talk to Doug. I want to figure this shit out. Dude's such a piece of shit. Dead air.
Let's see. Oh
Yeah,
God.
dude. I'm like
Uncle
one big
dong.
I'm like one big fucking sore muscle today. It's spring cleaning time, and I had to rip out a bunch of blackberries, so I'm just like fucking demolished.
They're like the demon plant of the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah, man. This year I'm trying something different. Like this, I didn't want to do like spraying a shit ton of pesticides. So there's this one where you clip it, and you just take this paintbrush of pesticide and just paint the tip, like the stem of it. Takes a fucking while, but I'm hoping it'll fucking work. And yeah, no, I'm just like I'm covered in fucking scratches all over my arms, on my neck and shit. It's rough.
Yeah. When you go and pick blackberries, a lot of times you end up bleeding. Like I always have there's always a few blackberry related wounds. They're a terrible plant. The fruit is delicious, but everything else about them and how they just overtake everything else. I have a few of them in my backyard. There's one I keep around because I pick berries from it every year. But yeah, it's just
I'm sure your neighbors love that.
I think part of it comes out of their yard. So I think a lot of people around here I've noticed don't really give a shit that much. So yeah, there's like a communal blackberry and a cherry tree too. I have one of those like Japanese cherry trees around me. And
that's cool.
Yeah, and the branches are low, so I can just pick a bunch of them when they're ripe. It's cool because they grow like the pretty flowers all over them.
Yeah.
Every spring. Yeah, I like that stuff.
Cherry blossoms.
Yeah, there's a place at the University of Washington where there's a ton of them, like a whole quad full of them, and it draws a pretty big crowd.
That's cool
when they do it. It's just you got it happens different times, different years too. It's hard to really plan around. Let's see.
Yeah. Half the reason why I'm trying to clear out the blackberries too is me and the wife have been obsessed with Forged in Fire, and I need space so I can build a fucking forge.
Here it is.
Do it now. Oh yeah, that's beautiful, man. Wow, that's great. When I lived in Washington, D.C. For 8 months, I think I lived there. They've got a bunch of the Japanese cherry trees. Yeah, the cherry blossoms as a gift from Imperial Japan. And it's gorgeous. It's absolutely incredible to see.
Yeah. I think that's the place where it's most known for that in D.C.
Yeah, I think so, too.
Yeah. These came from Japan too, but it was like a gift to the university.
I love that pause too.
He has like this bounce that he does, and when he gets it revved up.
Uncle Dong.
You can hear him like
dong. Yeah,
yeah. There's that pause. Dong.
All right, Billy. So I'm gonna need you to call Doug and tell him he's got to be on the show. So I
that
can,
would be
fist
interesting.
fuck his asshole.
Doug. Do. You want to debate Jeff?
Yep. But yeah, I'm a big sore muscle. I'm gonna go tuck my family into bed and then have insomnia. So I'm gonna bounce out of here. You guys are still going for a while?
Probably not. No, we have to go again tomorrow, and it's been what, 2.5 hours, 2 hours and
Jesus.
40 minutes already.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good night, DP fam. Love all you guys. See you later.
Good night, Jeff.
Thanks for hanging with us.
Yeah.
All right. So Jeff is gone. We're gonna end in a minute here.
Jeff is gonna watch the movie Insomnia because he loves Robin Williams.
Thanks for getting us to 60% tonight, because that's a good spot to be in going into the last show. We're doing it on a Thursday.
Yeah. Odd week.
Yeah.
But even numbers in the goal, so that's positive.
Yeah. This whole year so far has been kind of turbulent, especially with the computer breaking down. Like January was really off with the schedule. And then we had a modified schedule at the end, and now we're having a slightly modified schedule at the beginning of this month, but then it goes basically back to normal after that. So, yeah, we're probably about to wrap it up. I'm going to play everybody out with a song.
Oh, you got it?
Well, you know, the song that I made.
Yeah,
for Actual Mania. I'm not going to play the rest of the video.
No, I think the song, you should start the next video with the song, too.
Okay.
You should start the next episode. Tomorrow's episode should start with the song, full screen, nothing else, at the very beginning of the show.
You want me to do that?
Too. To play it now, too.
You want to play it like
now.
after we end?
But, yeah, play it now.
With us on the screen?
I'll shut up, or you can have it full screen either way, whatever you feel like. But tomorrow when you start the show, you should just play this song right off the bat, too. Just enter the entire episode with it, because it's that good. If you guys don't know what you missed at Actual Mania, this is just one part of the performance.
Yeah, I'll play it.
Tell me how to eat it right, how to save your flavor all night with my peaches and cream and my body and dreams. It's too good. Tell me how to treat it right, how to lick your pussy all night, and I am policing dreams with my face in your cream, with details to come. And I believe in your pussy, in your pussy. And I will eat, and I will eat your pussy clean. I'll eat it clean. Tell me that you'll be my girl. Tell me that you'll be my world. Tell me that you'll be that slut in my dreams that I want you to be. Tell me that you suck my dick. Tell me that you lick, lick, lick. Tell me that you'll rock my cock like a whore and never stop. Never stop. Never stop. Tell me how to stick it right, how to poke you with a pokey and feel tight, with my dick clean from your love servicing. Let's go, girl. And I believe in your pussy, in your pussy. And I will breathe in your pussy, in your pussy. Tell me that you'll be my girl. Tell me that you'll be my world. Tell me that you'll be that slut in my dreams that I want you to be. Tell me that you suck my dick. Tell me that you lick, lick, lick. Tell me that you'll rock my cock like a whore and never stop. Never stop.
when because Shabisky kind of helped me make this video. He was like pressing record for me every time I recorded like each version of myself. And at the end, he was like, "Who is that screaming at the end?" I'm like, "That's me." I could just belt out a scream.
The editing reminds me of a CD-ROM FMV game from the 90s in a good way.
Yeah. I mean, I could have spent more time on it and done close-ups and made it more, like, edited more, but it was kind of funny enough the way it is. Great. And the drum set is fake. It's just like a picture of a drum set that I put in front of myself, and I'm just sitting on the couch.
It's not Sting. That's a picture of Sting.
Yeah. Because originally I was going to bring down my electronic drum set and actually play along on it, but I'm like, I don't want to move it.
You don't really need to.
You're right. Yeah, it looks fine enough this way. It's funny. Yeah. So, I guess eventually I should upload the other videos I made too, right?
The other videos were good. That like rounded out the defense very well. And then this was just a cherry on top for all the old school Sex Twister fans.
Yeah.
Ben fucking served you guys a solid.
Yeah. Yeah, I recorded the entire song first. I recorded each instrument one by one and mixed them together. I haven't done that kind of shit in forever, like in years. I had to remember how to do like mastering and that kind of shit.
I want to shout out all of our Discord fans for being so lovely and peaceful tonight. I know you guys have just been having too much fun in that Discord, so everybody watching at home, feel free to join the Discord where everybody gets along. And until then, we will be back again tomorrow, ending this super tour, this Drunken Peasants 6-episode fucking run. Have we done 6 in a row before?
I don't know. I mean, it's been so long that there's a good possibility, but I don't know.
I know.
And before that, I mean, like we had a 2-day off weekend last Thursday and Friday, but then we did 2 shows before that, so we've done a whole bunch of shows.
Yeah, I know we've done 5 shows in a row a few times. It's a pretty easy run. I didn't even fathom that we did 6 in a row until like the second day of the thing. I was like, wait, where's 6 this week?
But then we have a nice stretch. We got like a 4-day stretch.
Yeah.
To chill for a little while. Dude, the 17th is St. Patrick's Day. Man, that's the best day to be an alcoholic ever.
It's a good day for drinking.
Yeah. I'm gonna pick
it's also Martin Shkreli's birthday.
Is it? I'm going to pick up another one of those Wagyu corned beefs because those are delicious. All right. We're going to go. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Good night.
Good night.